right, guys, welcome to the show. This is episode 427 of 4Player Podcast. It's a really important number, I think.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Brad.
Is that the best picture you could get of that game?
I don't make these anymore, by the way.
Because what the fuck? That
We started outsourcing it to Korea.
I outsource it to Chris Davis to make all of our, because it's a lot of work.
Is that why the quality took a dive?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about Man on a Gurney
Took a
game.
big
I can't
steaming
wait.
Davis.
Honestly, I'll be totally fair. Like, I was looking for an image to make a banner for the front page of the site yesterday for SOMA, and there are not a whole lot of large SOMA graphics out there to use that are banner friendly.
Well, I mean,
To be totally honest.
You could have just gotten a smaller one and tiled it.
I'd have to imagine it's
No, that's why you don't make the graphics.
it's kind of a spoilery game, though, right? There's probably not very many things you'd.
You know
want,
what's funny?
That's just the last thing I'd attribute to SOMA.
Dude, that's like the first promotional. That's like the one promo image that's been circling everywhere.
What image
Man on
I
Gurney?
attribute to
Yes.
SOMA? The logo SOMA. That's it. I don't know. Like no picture I think would do that justice.
I guess we're gonna
unless you've
talk about
actually played
SOMA.
the game, right?
We're gonna talk about SOMA.
What the fuck even is
Underwater robots, AI, whatever. It's just not dude on
Is there
Gurney.
some-
Actually, there are a lot of dudes on gurneys in this
Is there a lot
game.
of brain-based body horror?
Yes.
You know what? Yes.
It's very.
I don't know if brain is the right choice.
Yeah, I still don't know what SOMA is.
You know what's funny? Because SOMA is a game I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I'm Nick,
Yep.
by the way.
What?
Sorry, my introduction got derailed. Brad's here.
Yes.
No, Nolan's here.
Hey.
And Krispy.
Hello.
All right, SOMA. Let's talk about SOMA.
New listeners, we like to get right down to business.
Brad.
Some
We've
weeks
been-
we do.
We've
Other
been
weeks
talking
we don't.
about it so much.
It's so much.
No.
Not really.
That was terrible.
Hey,
You're terrible.
So, has anybody here followed SOMA since it was announced at all?
No.
At all?
No, we watched that one really weird trailer.
Yep, I remember that weird trailer.
Dude, and the
then
live
that's
action
it.
trailers what got me hyped for it.
There's a live action series
Why-
now that
why are we
the
a
first
picture-in-picture?
episode is released.
Wait a minute. Oh my god. No, I was talking about like the gameplay trailer that we watched.
Oh, okay.
Dude, the live
But
action.
I forgot that there was
Yeah,
that
the
really
creepy-
fucked up live action trailer.
Yep,
There's a series now.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
The first episode is out.
Yeah, and I'm
Really?
gonna watch it.
I think I'd rather just watch that than play the game, right?
Like with Alan Wake.
Well, if you can't handle playing the game, because it is spooky.
It's a little
I
spoopy.
don't know if you're
I saw
trying
a
to
clip
shame me
today.
or something, but
By the way, at the beginning of this footage, just to preface it, at the beginning of this footage, the game was suffering from some severe frame drops. I don't know why, but it's only in this first like 10 or 15 seconds. Like you'll see it right here
you
when
didn't
I'm
have
walking
to point
up.
it out.
Well, I mean, everyone's going to point it out because
Oh my
look at
god!
this. Look at
What
that.
the frames are so bad!
Oh,
This
PS4
game looks
and
like shit.
Prime.
oh,
I don't know why that happened because it didn't happen when I was.
Oh
playing
my
it.
god, why are we talking about this crappy game?
Yep, this game is
this is terrifying.
0 out of 10.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
would not FPS.
Anyways, so if anybody remembers that live action trailer, what is so funny?
Couldn't you have just skipped ahead?
I
Started it after
No,
that
actually, I
part?
meant to tell Chris Davis, but I completely forgot. So I was doing damage control as we're
Wait, this is
recording.
underwater?
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to Nick
You
saying
can
this
move
game
really
is scary.
quick underwater.
No. Well,
I saw a clip today of him. He saw a light at the end of a hall and he lost his shit. And I was like, Nick, come on.
was it the one with the fish?
Yeah, sorry, it was the flashing light at the end of a hall.
Yeah, it was the don't look at it. That one.
Oh,
And you were all like, oh, but if you tell me not to Google it, I'm going to Google it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me start. You're getting ahead of me.
Go ahead,
You're getting
go
ahead
ahead,
of me
go
because
ahead,
this
sorry.
game. This game was announced a couple of years ago, and it was It looked like a science fiction.
It did.
I mean, it's still science fiction, but like it looked like it was in space. It looked kind of like Alien, where they go out and they find something on a planet and they bring it aboard, and it's weird, and then shit starts happening, and it's like
Geiger-esque.
sentient machine. Yeah, it looked Geiger-esque. And then at some point in the development, it shifted gears, or they decided to. I don't know if it shifted gears somewhere during the project development and it changed, or if it was always this.
I think even when we first watched that video, we were like, are you sure this isn't underwater? I think we brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, there were moments where it was like, okay, maybe this. But like even when I started playing this game, like as the story starts progressing, I started to be like, okay, this takes place underwater, but by the end of this game, it's totally going to be in space. Like I was convinced of it. But
It wasn't.
What was that little tool you just pulled out?
Okay, so the setup for the game is actually, I don't want to spoil the first 30 minutes for anyone who happened to not watch the streams.
The first 30 minutes is gone home.
The first 30 yeah, kinda.
You look at a box of tampons.
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna.
I mean, the first 30 minutes set it up in a very different way than you may be expecting.
Okay.
But ultimately, you end up under the ocean in this
abyss.
It looks like there is a place in the game called the Abyss, but that's not where you go.
Oh.
That's not where it takes place. It takes place in like an underwater station called Pathos 2.
Are you breathing a liquid in your suit?
I can't tell you that. There's actually there are certain things I can't tell you for the fear of spoiling them, because there is definitely a twist,
like a super oxygenated liquid that you can breathe.
There is definitely a twist to.
Are you a robot?
Okay,
Nah, okay,
Nick, how about this?
Stop asking questions.
When it comes to story, talk in generalities and then talk about the gameplay.
That's what I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk in. The thing is, it's really hard to talk about this game in generalities because it's okay. The most general way I can set it up is you're under the ocean. You are in an abandoned station, and you're trying to
do stuff. We know.
Fix it.
Okay, so
fix it.
Question that has nothing to do with story. How scary is the game? Would somebody like me be able to enjoy this game?
This game is very, very, very well paced to the point where you're comfortable, and it is for almost the entire game, but it is interspersed with very short bursts of extreme terror.
Interesting.
Okay, maybe not extreme terror. Extreme.
Is that a fucking Borg?
I wouldn't call it extreme. So basically, you discover aboard this ship that machines are becoming sentient, and they think they're human, and and you start to realize that the line between humans and machines have somewhere along the line, for a reason I will not specify, have crossed paths.
So like a machine fucked a person and...
Exactly.
Yeah.
A machine fucked a person.
They had a machine baby
happened.
and...
Calculator baby?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say calculator baby?
Yeah, like a TI-83 or something. Yeah. That's how it started.
Speaking of human and machine love, what is with the fisting of the robot anuses?
Okay,
are those robots?
Wait. What?
So throughout the station,
That's how the sex started.
You get health back by finding these like pulsating anuses, and you stick your hand in them.
Are they robot anuses?
Do you just go? You just fist straight in. You don't make like a little.
I'm pretty sure
you don't ease your way in.
Like some kind of health orifice.
Well, when I was recording the footage for this, I was very specific to try and find an anus to stick my hand in. for the sake of the footage, for the sake of the viewers.
For the show, you made sure to find an anus to stick your fist in.
What's that face right there? Is is that you? Is that someone you're talking to?
No. So you eventually find so you find these robots who think they're human. That's kind of everyone kind of knows that's like the thing that we've all known from the very beginning. If you watch any of the marketing material, these robots think they're human. You eventually find this
or
tool.
Are they? Because what is human?
God damn it, Krispy. You eventually find this tool that you can use. You basically find this character. It's this robot.
Are you talking to an AI? Is it like Cortana?
Well, it's not really an AI. See, I'm trying to talk in generalities. It's not an AI. It is deeper than...
Is it Siri? It's not Cortana,
actually,
it's Siri.
Stop answering those questions. Even if I don't want to know that that's not
the most
AI.
general idea is you download this personality onto this tool.
So it's like an app?
It's like an app.
Stop asking.
Whatever.
I don't want to know.
Okay.
But you carry it around. You can put it into. You can hook it up to computers, and when you hook up the computer, you can communicate with it.
Essentially, what it is it's something to help progress the story.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes. But
that's
it is deeper than that. It is a very important aspect of the story. Like the whole story kind of revolves around it. So
when you fall in love with it.
Yes, you totally fall in love with it. You run off.
Then you install it in one of the anuses, and you start fisting it, and the AI's like...
Can we fast forward to the fisting part? That's what...
I am not enjoying this conversation.
So it's like
What's
her.
going on?
It's like her.
No.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Y'all are the worst.
Just tell me about the gameplay.
All right.
Is it like Alien Isolation?
I was getting...
What is that?
Okay, so I turned off the subtitles here just because I was like, oh, this is going to start spoiling shit. So, you can't... Okay. Anyways, so... It is very... I was having flashbacks to Alien Isolation, so as you might expect, I actually really enjoyed that aspect of it. But the game is very... Like, the moments of, like, running and hiding, and... Because it's a frictional game. It's Crispy, stop making
what
noise.
is this?
Stop asking.
Stop asking questions.
Keep talking,
I turned off the subtitles so you would have no context to what's happening in the scene.
I am really intrigued by what I'm seeing here to the point where I actually think I want to play this game now, and that is making me want to not have this conversation.
Let's leave the discussion in a different direction, Crispy, because I didn't expect you to want to play this game. What excites you about it?
The
and
mystery is what excites
would make
him.
you change your mind about it?
Robots.
No.
Anuses.
Yes, anuses are what excite me about it. Robots, no.
The anus is
No,
tiddly.
it seems like it has a really interesting okay. So, sci-fi and horror, like the area where they cross, is always really interesting to me, and that's the most interesting kind of horror because that always deals with the kind of things that classic sci-fi got into. Like if you think of like Philip K. Dick and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, that was all about the nature of consciousness and humanity, like what makes a person a person.
It's right up your alley.
And that kind of when you put a horror spin on that, where it's like this existential like nightmare kind of thing going on, that is really interesting to me. Plus, it's sci-fi and it looks like space, and you guys know I love space.
The thing
This looks like it had like I don't like horror games that are scary just to be scary. I like horror games that have some deeper theme.
It sounds to me like that's how you would describe Amnesia, because it really was. Amnesia was straight up like
it was a haunted house kind of.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
I mean, it really wasn't.
It was like a pretty well told Lovecraftian story or whatnot.
But I see what you're saying.
well, I
Crispy.
haven't played it, so I don't know. But I'm just going off.
I see what you're saying, and hearing you describe that makes me think you would really enjoy like the storytelling aspect of this game. It is a frictional game though, so it is very Amnesia. So like
We need to bring some lube.
the gameplay literally
Lot of
consists
friction.
of solving puzzles, and when you come across danger, hiding and trying to evade their attention.
See, that's
Do you read much?
terrifying.
Do you read many notes?
Yes, there are lots of notes.
See,
there
I
are.
don't like reading notes, or I don't mind
wait,
reading
even
notes.
better-
I don't like reading notes while I'm broadcasting.
There are. Well, yeah, I didn't either. That's why. I mean, they're fairly quick to read over. There's nothing like super long. There are audio logs for some of the more lengthy things, and you can obviously walk around while you're listening to audio logs. But luckily, I think the majority of the story and the plot comes with you, like spoken dialogue with a very particular character who I will once again.
Fisto Roboto.
Fisto Roboto, yes. But what is different about this from Frictional's previous games, Amnesia, is it feels way, because like certain areas in Amnesia, like you could. The game was linear per se, like
There's
obviously,
puzzles?
but there are puzzles. There are lots of puzzles, but like Amnesia,
Well,
I
now
felt
I'm
was less
interested.
linear than this. Because this is very much
This is-
contained to.
This is what sets your world on fire.
Yeah.
Little block puzzles.
Oh god, the block, and look how fast I solved. Well, okay.
It doesn't look that hard. I gotta
Well,
say.
I'll be honest. I did already saw. Well, I did this once already because I did this footage after I had finished the game. So I went
Wait,
through
you're
this-
done with Soma?
Yeah,
It's short?
Yeah.
it
How
took
long?
about 8 or 9 hours.
Okay.
Oh.
That's not bad. I thought you.
I mean, it took me 3. I broadcasted 3 times.
Oh, okay,
to
cool.
finish it. It's not super long, but I wouldn't say it's any shorter than any other or
Yeah,
any
yeah.
other frictional
Any
game.
of the
I heard good-
game of this style, yeah.
I heard good things about the story. Were you satisfied in the end?
I was satisfied, but satisfied in a way that I wasn't expecting, because I really expected this game to be something totally different than it ended up being. And it's funny because you mentioned that, because I was really hoping for a horror game set in space. What I got was a horror game set in
A space.
a darker
Which is underwater.
Rapture. Almost like it feels.
Yeah, I mean,
it feels Bioshocky, but the environments are designed in such a way that until you actually go outside, there's a lot of scenes or places in the game where you go outside the station, you're walking around
Right.
underwater, which are great moments.
Right.
But like until you go outside, you wouldn't be able to tell like necessarily that I'm underwater. So a lot of times it feels
I
like
think
you're in
Ocean
space.
floor is very
I think-
similar to space.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
me, the difference between like, it's a station in space or it's a station under the ocean, like, the semantics, that doesn't matter as much to me. What I'm concerned about is, did the story deliver on its themes? Did it deliver in a way that you walked away from it feeling like that was good?
I had to think about it for a while, and when the credits rolled, I immediately was like, "That's really cool." I really liked it, but I was like, "Is it what I was hoping for from this game?" And I don't think it was.
Is that
But
a bad thing?
Not a bad thing, because
Okay.
it delivered something different, but not something bad. It just delivered something totally different. It got around my expectations, which it's cool. It did surprise me.
Are you doing science here?
This is science. Once again, I already did this puzzle, so I do it super quick in this, which is great, so I can get some footage of puzzle solving and all that stuff. But
Such a weird thing for you to say, though.
What?
Like the way you're saying it.
what?
That you were kind of expecting the story to be a different kind of story.
I really was. I mean,
I mean, like how like I
Let me
understand
say
you were
this.
expecting it to be a creepy game in space or underwater or whatever, but I mean, how much did
Let
you
me tell you
did you
this.
really think what the story?
I expected the game. I expected this was going to be we discovered alien life and it fucking turned on us and that
so
kind of
alien.
thing. But it really isn't that at all. And I think it totally circumvented my expectations as far as what the ultimate like foe in the game was and and honestly it has a lot. Oh, I can't say that. Yeah, but compare it to another game, which would.
I thought I saw the camera do something. Did anybody else see that?
No.
Is it plugged in?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're good. I mean,
Something's flashing.
We can still see ourselves on the
I
screen.
don't think anything's flashing. I think that's in your head, bro.
No, I see
Okay.
I see a red light flashing.
Maybe
can't
Chris
see it,
Davis
Nolan.
can come in and check it out.
now. That is a rapid flash on the camera.
I think Chris Davis is going to come in and check it out, and we're going to keep talking.
Yes, we are going to keep talking. Anyways, so it managed to surprise me because it ultimately was not at all what I expected it to be. But it's like if you went to see like Alien
Right.
and instead you got Pan's Labyrinth.
Gone home.
Sure, but
That's a weird
really?
They
comparison.
found out they were lesbians and they were going to live happily
So-
ever after.
I mean, but this is you would definitely say one of those experiences that is best enjoyed knowing as little as possible going into it,
I would say so. Yes.
despite the fact that we've been talking about it for.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other things we can talk
10,
about
15 minutes.
gameplay wise. I mean, the thing. Well, maybe not because it is a frictional game. So it is like the core gameplay conceit is explore, solve puzzles, hide.
How are the puzzles? Are they fun? Are they engaging? Like,
Well, I mean, you've seen two of them up here.
well, I saw you do the one little like the block puzzle. What was the other puzzle where you literally just like picking up a piece and putting it over here?
Well, it's not the witness.
They
You're
kind of
doing
explain-
environment like puzzles. You're trying
Yeah,
to
but they
find
also-
the key code to get through the door.
Sure,
Yeah.
but there's also sequences where they kind of like explain to you, that, like you start to learn about the science that's kind of behind what. Oh, can they actually see that on
Yes,
the screen?
It's okay.
Oh no. Oh god, they're ruining it. Oh god, this is the worst part to do it. Why did you tell them to do this, Brad?
Wait, are we missing the
Oh,
anus?
I don't think I want to see this.
Did we miss the anus?
You may have missed the anus. No. Don't worry, I'll show the anus later. Anyways,
I'm glad I have a good eye.
damn it, Brad, you ruined the.
Wait, Chris Davis, you're not
You
done?
ruined everything. Not you, Chris Davis. Brad ruined everything.
I ruined everything. This could have been a lot worse for all I know.
Can you tilt it a little more?
Thank you.
A little more.
Can you straighten it
go.
out a little
Yeah,
too?
okay.
The
No,
right
the
side
worst.
is a
I'm
little
being told
lower.
to look away. I'm looking away.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
that's
this
good.
is. I mean, if you want to get an idea what the horror is like, this would be a good opportunity to see.
Well,
If you
it's
want-
probably scary, right?
Well, it was
You're
pretty
not
spooky.
going to be able to play this game, Crispy.
So what I was saying is like the puzzles.
I know.
The puzzles involve like you start to learn the science behind like what is going on and like what the point of this like station was, and then you start to kind of you see things laid out in front of you and you're like, oh, okay, they've kind of explained science. I'm gonna do science to solve this puzzle. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
But
very,
is it science or is it like putting the square block in the square hole?
it's fictional science,
Okay.
science fiction.
Science.
It's they tell you like this is a material. This is how the material reacts when you put it with this,
And then you're like,
and then you're like, oh, okay.
I bet that'll come up later.
And then I bet that can be used to do this, that kind of thing.
I see.
It's
I see.
it's interesting. I wouldn't say it's necessarily deep.
This. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Nah, man, go.
This game's $30.
$30. Yes.
Like? We know each other pretty well, Nick. We're friends. You understand what I like and don't like. Am I gonna like this game?
I think you're gonna like it, but there's gonna be moments where it's gonna scare the shit out of you. Because so
Okay.
just a few moments. Like I'll be honest, like the moments in which there is something after you, or there is something you're trying to evade, are surprisingly slim. Like But then again, they were in Amnesia too. Like Amnesia wasn't like you turn a corner and every room you walk into, boom, something's waiting to kill you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It was like you would go like 15, 20 minutes and then you walk into a room and all of a sudden like, oh shit, there's something in here with me. Mm-hmm. And that's how it happened. Like it's very much the same kind of thing here. But like those moments where you are navigating a very dark, tight space and there are, oh god, here it comes again. Oh god. But the moments where you are navigating these like really dark claustrophobic hallways and there's something, and like there are different kinds of enemies and you don't, whenever you come across a new one, you don't necessarily know
how it's gonna
How to handle the situation.
what you don't necessarily know is like, I'll give you an example. Like one is blind and you're like, oh okay,
Spoilers.
well I mean you figured out pretty quick, but like the next time it's still very dark, so you see another enemy, and a lot of times you see these enemies from like a distance, and you can't tell like, have I seen that before? So you like, you go into a situation you're like, is this one blind? Can I does the same rules apply here?
Right.
Can I walk really slowly by it and avoid it? Like you don't know if it has eyes or if the eyes that it has it even uses. Like you don't know. It's very alien in that sense. So it's cool. It's a cool experience. It gives you just enough time to like catch your breath and like totally and get over the fact that you were just terrified out of your mind before it does it to you again.
Do I have to be smart to know what's going on in this game? This seems like the kind of game where I need to be kind of smart.
It is existential. That's what you're. I mean,
Oh man.
I mean, the thing is, like, it goes into some pretty obvious like exposition where it's like, okay, they're trying to get all existential on you and stuff, but the payoff at the end where it's just like you know what the purpose of asking all these questions was. Like that moment, that aha moment is pretty cool. Even though a lot of it is led to with some pretty obvious, like, let's talk about the nature of being a human. What does it mean to be human? Like that kind of thing. Like that. Like if you don't like that kind of stuff, you may kind of roll your eyes at some of it. But ultimately, the way they end up using it in the end is pretty cool.
I took a couple philosophy classes in college. So.
I think you'll get by just fine.
I've read a lot of video game books since then, though, so I don't know. A lot of Dragon Age books.
That counteracted all your
Exactly.
your post-secondary education.
Exactly.
I'll be honest, playing Alien Isolation helped. Because, so there's one sequence at the very end, I won't tell you what happens, but like, you come across an enemy and like people in chat are like, oh shit, it's about to get started. Woo, it's about to get crazy. Like people who had already seen other streams, whatever was going on. And like,
Nick's really good at hiding.
no, I got through it in like 20 to 30 seconds. And people were like, that took me like 15 minutes.
Because you're really good at hiding.
Well, I mean, Alien Isolation taught me some shit. And it came in, and I made good use of it here. Anyways, I think the game is really cool. If you like Frictional, if you like Amnesia, I definitely recommend playing it. It's definitely cool to see them branch outside of their, like, I definitely want them to keep doing horror, obviously, but they did, like, they reached out into a subgenre of horror that I think is tragically underused. It gave me kind of Event Horizon vibes in some places.
Really?
That movie's weird.
That movie is fucking weird.
movie.
And you know, I went back and tried to watch it once, and maybe not the best acted or best written, but
that's
like,
Sam Neill?
yeah, the concepts are pretty cool. And that
I
game,
mean,
that movie has some scary shit.
It's a
in
really goofy movie, but the concept is like super cool.
it. Yeah. So, anyways,
What about Sphere? That movie kind of sucked.
I want to read that book though, just because the concept of Sphere is so cool. I think. Maybe even if the movie was kind of... Also, I was really disappointed. I was expecting to see a giant squid in this game.
Okay, that's a weird thing to expect.
Speaking of books,
No giant squids. Sorry.
I'm on Blood of Elves.
Oh, we didn't open with like some schmooze.
Yeah, we did.
All right, sorry. Well, y'all led me into
I
a
got a
conversation about
Vita.
Soma.
Let's hear about Blood of Elves.
It's good.
that a Witcher book?
Lots of Siri, and I'm liking it. It's like a young Siri too.
Do we have
Are you
footage
gonna,
of this
are you gonna
book?
keep going? After
Yes.
We totally should have got
I'm
footage
saying,
of Nolan
are you
reading
gonna
this
keep
book.
going? Are you gonna keep going?
I think he means, are you going to read more books?
After Blood of Elves and Time of Contempt and Baptism of Fire, are you going to read the fan translated books? Because that's where the shit gets real with Siri.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see.
Like the coolest shit happens with Siri in those last two.
We'll have to see. I'm not making any promises.
should.
I will say that I did read. I got through the Last Wish. which definitely opened my eyes to the mission of the same name in
I'm
Witcher
guessing
3.
that is longer than the short excerpt that is in the game.
Yes, it is. Quite a bit.
I was about to say, because that's the case. I also read The Last Wish. It's like 2 paragraphs long. It was great.
Well, no, The Last Wish is also a mission in Witcher 3. Have you gotten to that one yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you probably haven't. It's much later in the game.
Yeah. I should probably finish that game, by the way.
And so, like, that is almost like The Last Wish in Witcher 3 is like post The Last Wish book. It kind of picks up for me because it explained, But I really liked.
It's a perfect example of everything that's wrong with Dragon Age. Or no, the fact that they referenced something that was from the book that was really important, and they addressed it in the game in a really like satisfying way. That's absolutely what Dragon Age does not do. And The Witcher did
That
it
is
well.
the opposite.
And it wasn't like super deep or complex or anything, but it's the kind of thing as a book reader you really want to know.
Well, yeah. So it's the kind of thing where I played the game first, or at least the Last Wish part. I'm like, oh, okay, there's some stuff I don't really know what's going on, but they're kind of like referring to things that happen, and then I read the book and I'm like, oh, now this all makes sense. Like I see, like, oh, interesting.
And the way they handled it in the game was like smart and adult. Like I think one of the best parts about The Witcher is like it feels like it's fantasy that's mature, but mature in like the real meaning of the word mature, and less in the
So you
mature
mean like,
as in
like super bloody and
for grown-ups because there's tits and blood. Yeah, no,
that's the real definition of mature. Don't get me. I mean,
no,
I know what you're saying, Brad. I know what you're saying.
it's adult.
It's got lots,
a lot of the themes
lots
are
of tits and blood,
It
right?
deals with complex themes and
Like
emotions
tits.
and
blood.
Tits are not complex; they are very simple.
Okay, what I like
That's
about The
true.
Witcher is they're fucking grown-ups and they act like grown-ups
Yeah.
and they have interesting relationships like a grown-up would.
Yeah.
It's not like Mass Effect where it's like, I'm going to say all the sexy things to you and we're eventually going to have sex. It's going to be great and you're going to be my waifu.
That's what happens
and I'm
in
going to
Mass
draw
Effect.
pictures of you and post them on Tumblr now.
Yep, that's Mass Effect in a nutshell.
Oh my god, that happens so much.
I know, right?
So many Tumblr pictures.
But going back to Blood of Elves has been opening my eyes a lot to the whole with like Triss, because Triss I was introduced to her in 2. I never played 1, and I never knew who Yennefer was until I played 3. But now that I've gone through 1.5 books, I know a whole lot about Yennefer. And now I'm learning a lot about Triss, about the
progression of those games is really weird.
Yeah, the what?
Like this character in 3 that is like incredibly important, barely even mentioned in 2.
Both Yennefer and Ciri are huge in the books, but not addressed in the first 2 games pretty much at all.
I was reading the thing in Game Informer. They were talking about why did it take so long to get Yennefer into the games, and they're like, honestly, we were just really afraid.
Yeah,
like we just didn't want to put her in because she's such a like complicated, important character that we just didn't want to.
Well, so I mean, I understand to an extent, because even in the books, like Geralt and Yennefer aren't tied at the hip. They have their own. They do their own thing. So I could see.
What's so cool about the relationship between like these. Yennefer is like very important to the politics of the world.
Yeah.
So she's a very busy person, and like her job is not to be the lover of Geralt.
Yeah.
They
She ain't got time for that.
I mean, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
But they still like each other.
But yeah, but so and then there's this. I've kind of started getting into this whole battle on the hill thing, and I still don't know exactly what's happened with that. They keep referring to this past event, but I'm very curious about it, and I hope I learn more.
You'll definitely have to keep listening and reading.
It's funny. I've gone long enough without playing The Witcher that I really feel like playing The Witcher again.
Dude, like going through these books, like my Witcher boner is just like fucking off the chart.
Especially just like The Last Wish, because that's such an easy. The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny. Sword of Destiny is the second one. That's a lot like The Last Wish, where it's kind of a collection of
like short.
adventures.
Yeah.
That Geralt goes. I mean, they're all linked together, but they're just a collection of adventures. Like reading The Last Wish, it's quick, it's easy, it's breezy, and it'll kind of get you back into wanting to play The Witcher for sure.
You know what I got to do before I play more of The Witcher? Is finish the other games that I'm playing.
Well, yeah, that's everyone says.
Oh, but God.
Yeah.
So besides The Witcher, I did. What was I think I watched a movie.
I did too.
I can't remember though.
I feel like I watched a movie too.
I'm sure we did.
No, I didn't watch it.
I did watch that Blind Spot show.
I watched it too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
it hasn't.
It's interesting. That
hasn't got its hooks in me yet.
Is that
Same
the one
here.
with the girl in the bag.
Yep.
It's
Girl in the Bag.
basically someone
Jamie
took
Alexander.
the concept of Bourne and applied like
kind
a
of.
mystery to it with the instead of she's an amnesiac, so yeah, it's very Bourne, but added the whole tattoo thing to give it another layer of mystery. I don't know. It's interesting, but
one thing I'm a little disappointed in is Ashley Johnson's character.
yeah,
I don't really care for that character that much. I don't know.
Well, it's only been one episode, well, two.
I did watch the second episode
I haven't
too.
watched it yet.
I watched it. Ashley Johnson is Ellie from The Last of Us, and also what's her face from.
She plays the.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
What?
You're talking about
Blind Spot.
Blind Spot. Oh, okay,
she
never
plays
mind,
the procedural cop, like scientist in
yeah,
lab.
she's
kind
like
of character.
she's like the techie cop for the FBI.
Oh, she's the girl that plays Gortys in Tales from the Borderlands. That's how I know her.
Oh,
That's how you know her.
from what was it? Not Family.
We go way back.
What is that show? The old show with Kirk Cameron.
Oh yeah,
Growing Pains?
Growing Pains. Yeah, she's the daughter from Growing
Oh my
Pains.
God.
What? Which
Yeah.
daughter?
and she
The
was in
youngest daughter.
Oh,
the little
youngest
girl.
That's Ellie?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Ellie.
She was that waitress in the first Avengers movie.
That's true. But anyway,
I sometimes get her confused with Kat Dennings.
what? How?
I don't know. Their faces look similar to me.
No. No. No.
But then I realize.
Yeah. Anyway, Blind Spot. Not set on that.
You know what I started watching?
What's that?
The Blacklist.
That's a good show.
It's a good show.
I-
I've only watched 3 episodes. God damn, that's a good show.
I've watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't watched the third
That show
one.
that's like, I was expecting, a very average, like, cop procedural show, whatever. And that first episode, holy shit, it gets intense.
The
fast.
show goes places that I like. It goes some places that I disagree with.
Oh,
I can't say. There's a lot of
Don't
spoilers.
spoil it, yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
there's a
I'm
lot of
definitely gonna
spoilers
keep
for the show. Also,
You guys watch stuff.
not really.
Wait. So we watch stuff, or we watch?
All right.
Yeah, I've never even heard of these things.
You've never heard of The
Blacklist
Blacklist
is
on
a
NBC with
James Spader.
James
James
Spader?
Spader.
Oh, I watched the pilot.
Yeah, there you go. That one.
The pilot got me hooked.
I like Brandy and Jared from Storage Wars.
This fucking guy over here. This fucking guy watches like Storage Wars and Cake Wars and tattoos and shit, and he gets on us for watching fucking like TV shows.
I don't
with
ever sit down
characters
and watch those shows. My TV is only ever background TV. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying, and that's how that's a lot of the way I watch these shows.
Raise
Is when
your
I'm doing
standards,
something
Brad.
else. But anyway, also some new promotional material, posters, trailers for Flash. You see the one that with Jay Garrett. Yeah, and also
Holy
apparently
fuck.
Wally West is also going to be somehow involved in the season.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. I haven't seen.
I'm just gonna be over here being excited about Arrow because I'm a nerd and a loser over here, so I'm just gonna stay over here in my corner.
Dude, next year when Legends of Tomorrow comes out, that's when it's gonna get really fucking real.
I did watch a little bit of the show with like.
God, here it comes.
What are you gonna say?
Here it comes.
What kind of snark are you gonna throw out
People
there?
who install custom aquariums.
Really
Little
sassy little people. It's basically like Real Housewives, but with little people. They're all women.
I like how you have to put that inflection on it when you say it. Little people.
I just want to make sure you know what I'm talking about.
You have to do the
like,
head cock too.
little people. You learn a lot about the little people community watching it, but at the same time, they're all sassy and nasty.
Wait, the
to
little
each
people
other.
community, they're people, Brad.
But no, I mean, like I find out that they have a lot of like spine problems, like neck problems and stuff.
Okay.
That doesn't make them people.
I thought you meant like they have custom stools that they stand on. Like, where are you going, Brad? Where are you going with this?
Some are really tall, and they don't like.
Go ahead and say it. Say it, Brad.
Someone probably had to tell them. You know what? Let's just
What are
move
they?
on.
They're like a halfling. Is that what it is, Brad?
They're like a dwarf, like a dwarf, but not like a real dwarf, like a fantasy dwarf, but kind of but skinnier.
What?
just.
Is this a TV show? I'm confused on what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
Oh my god!
I can't. I forget what it's called.
And Brad gets on me for
So you're
watching
saying
Blacklist.
wait, are you saying that they're not
Blacklist
they're not
seemed
little
okay.
enough? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Blacklist seemed okay.
The real little people look down upon the taller little people.
Is that what you're trying to say, Brad?
No, not really.
They look down on the taller,
Yeah.
Some of they're just okay.
but not practically.
No.
Because they'd have to actually.
Yeah.
Right.
It's strange. Speaking of strange,
Strange.
You played Life is Strange, didn't you?
well, I finally caught up with Life is Strange. There's one more episode.
Man, I hope that was all in this for the sake of transition.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Life is Strange. So is television. So I've caught up, and I kind of want to talk about it now because I sort of mentioned it like here and there, like, oh, I'm still playing Life is Strange.
Didn't you like really hate the first
It's getting
episode?
better. I did hate the first episode, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this series. And I do mean love-hate because there are moments that I love, and there are moments that I hate. It's a weird game.
I still have never played this game.
This is from episode 2, I think. So I didn't.
And how
wanna
many
get
have you
into
played so far?
spoilers. I played 4 episodes. There's one more. It's coming out in October. So the game gets into some really cool shit. Like really cool, like time traveling, like chaos theory, like cool shit, right?
Sounds cool.
But like, so you know what I didn't like about that first episode?
The dialogue.
It was no, the dialogue's fine. I actually think like the two main characters, they're well. I mean, I think the writing is bad, but I think their acting is good. Does that make sense? Like the writing isn't bad, as in like he's not forming, or the writer's not forming complete sentences, or the writing is bad in that. I think
Like the Fast and the Furious, is that?
No. See, that's good writing.
Is that good writing? I thought it was bad writing with good acting, or if I have it backwards.
Backwards. No, I mean whatever. It's fun. The writing is bad in the sense that it really you can't shake the feeling that it's somebody who's completely out of touch with like these types of characters is writing dialogue for them, or like a person who doesn't understand young people today or at all.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? That's what makes the writing bad. So you have some jokes that don't land and some stuff that just kind of doesn't make sense, or like no one would say that or think that or would think in that way. Like that's very
This was
weird.
not written by a teenager.
Not written by
In the interest of portraying a teenager, I mean.
it doesn't even seem like someone who is done a lot of writing, has done a lot of writing of dialogue.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But whatever. I've kind of gotten over that because I really do like some of the main characters, especially, Chloe and Max. So that first episode, the reason I didn't like it is because I just thought it was kind of boring. Nothing really happened. There was like a couple of serious
this
moments.
footage.
Well, no, something's about to happen here.
Okay, good.
So she has the ability to rewind time and whatever, and hey,
So
she's a teenager.
honestly, I don't know anything about like even what this game is, like how you play it. I mean, I'm assuming it's like a
Well, I mean, you can rewind time and you solve some really dumb rudimentary puzzles, but even that's not that common. What you actually spend a lot of the time doing in this game is kind of walking around and talking to people, and that's sort of my problem with it. In the first episode, I just thought it was kind of slow and boring, and it went on a little too long, and I kind of didn't care about a lot of the conversations I was having because, like, it started with a dude in school who almost shot this girl named Chloe with a gun in the bathroom, and then you can rewind time and there's a fucking tornado and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? And then you go talk to a bunch of people you don't really care about and have long conversations that mean really nothing. And I guess they're kind of there to like build out, the world and some of these characters a little bit, but so many of these characters are so unimportant, but you still spend a lot of time talking to them. And the problem with Life is Strange as it gets further and further is like the story gets like way more serious and there's like a mystery and you start like uncovering this mystery, but it doesn't stop the fact that you still have to like you go from like crazy moments of like heightened or like tension or revelations.
She doesn't look very worried about the situation she's in.
Her foot is stuck. She's stuck. She's gonna get run over by a train.
Why does the character move like a... That's
Like a robot?
Whatever. Hold on.
weird. It's very weird.
So I'm trying to like stop the train from running her over, but I'm gonna have to rewind time and whatnot. again, the puzzle mechanics are not exactly the
Can you
highlight
let it
here.
run her over before you rewind time?
Yes.
Sweet.
So,
Can you let it happen like 1,000 times?
the problem, this is episode 2. This doesn't matter. Chloe's still alive. Listen.
Spoilers.
What I'm trying to say is that as the story gets more serious and more exciting, the game doesn't stop having these moments where you have to talk to all these unimportant characters about unimportant shit.
So,
and I literally mean, like, you were trying to, like, solve a murder, trying to, like, stop the end of the world. You don't know what's going on. There's a tornado that's going to destroy the entire city. You find that at the end of episode 1. And then you talk to people about, like, there's this chubby girl who in every episode, something really stupid is about to happen to her. Like in the first episode, somebody throws a football at her head. And you can walk over to her and say, and like rewind time and warn her, like, hey, step aside. And then the football doesn't hit her head. In every episode, this shit happens. And it's like, okay.
Maybe there'll be some really interesting payoff to why that character was involved. I don't know.
Whatever. That's really corny. The thing is, this is a very serious story.
Okay, so my question, 2 questions. What's your objective in this game?
It's hard to explain.
2, do you have to talk to everyone to progress the story?
Well, I mean, you don't know if some stupid shit is because it's all about the butterfly effect and whatnot. You even see butterflies flutter over the fucking screen, just like in Until Dawn or whatever.
I guarantee you, Until Dawn probably did it better.
No,
No.
I mean, Until Dawn's mechanics are kind of silly, but that's a really cool game. But that's not what we're talking about here. What I'm playing is you talk to everyone because you don't want to miss something important, because the game does have consequences and it might actually punish you for some stupid shit. Like Until Dawn.
Did you just hit
But there's a lot more people to talk to than Until Dawn.
Hey, you saved her. She didn't get hit.
Let me give an example. In a most recent episode, you kind of like makes very big headway in this like murder case you're trying to solve with your best friend, right? And then you go to a club and you talk to like 20 people about stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know, maybe the characters, she has a reason that she's talking to them because she's trying to get information. But the fact that you have to like talk to 20 people is just such a fucking like pace killer. It grinds the excitement, the interest, like the mystery, what's good about this game to a complete fucking halt. And you have these conversations that mean nothing, and they might mean something to a teenager, but they don't mean something to a fucking teenager who just found out some like crazy ass shit about her central motivation to this fucking game. She would not be. It's a buzzkill, man.
Well, here's the question though:
And
if they took all that out, if you didn't have to walk around and talk to all these people about stupid stuff, like I feel, how much of the game would be left?
Well, you would have a better paced game, like something like an Until Dawn or one of the better Telltale games that have kind of learned that you have to cut some of that shit. Or just have conversations in like a cinematic sequence where you don't have to, press a button for every single fucking talking point in a conversation that's going on too long, and that doesn't even really matter that much. Just stop giving the player the illusion of control, because none of it fucking matters anyways. Just have the conversation and move on. We can watch it. We watch plenty of conversations. It's great. We like Until Dawn. We like Walking Dead. It doesn't need to be like that. And I think it really hurts something that's pretty great, like a David Cage game. Like how many times do you actually have to press buttons during a conversation to like carry on the conversation? Not really that much. And when you do that, those are like moments maybe where it matters. Yeah. And here you have to do it for everything that doesn't matter, and it doesn't make any sense, and it really kills. I don't want to, like, the most serious shit is happening, and I'm talking to people about like, hey, you still gonna get with Kara? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe that's bad writing.
Probably.
What I mean?
It sounds like it has a real pacing issue. But hey.
And you know what's funny? It's like all 20 of those people at that club or that party, they're like, Max, you look real intense. Like, you really need to, like, get some shit done. Because she fucking does. Because, like, serious shit has just happened. Yeah, you're still talking to these people about stupid shit. Like, literally, like, maybe you should stop hanging around that other boy. He's bad news. Like,
like, oh man.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it because you know what? Chloe and Max are fucking awesome, and the main storyline is interesting. Even if I think it's probably just gonna pull like a Donnie Darko at the end.
People are like, someone in chat said they're surprised I haven't played this because I played Remember Me. Did you play Remember Me?
I think you were the only one that
I was the only one that played Remember Me.
Congratulations.
I don't know. I don't know why I have like
took a hit for
I
the
have
team.
almost zero interest. Like there's certain things about the Remember Me that were okay.
So you know how the problem with Remember Me is that you have this pretty cool setting and these pretty cool characters and maybe like an interesting like mechanic or whatever with like
that was
watching footage or whatever or memories.
Yeah.
Like you know, but all that combat and climbing around got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to kind of like solve that problem with this game. It's like, it's basically like that, but they removed all the combat. But they added in walking around and talking to people about
Random
bullshit
people.
that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And some really lame puzzles. But it's cool. And I think some of y'all should play it. Krispy especially. If you liked that first episode, which I thought was kind of the pits, you'll definitely like this series.
Yeah, play it.
Like, what are you waiting for, man? Get on it, homie.
Well, I'm glad you
called you out.
Why am I on trial here?
I'm glad you just basically talked me out of playing this, at least before the end of the year. I really couldn't care less about it compared to all the other shit that I have to play.
Well, I mean, I could tell you some crazy shit that happens that would probably make you play it, but I can't
Please don't.
do it.
I'm literally thanking you for giving me one less thing to play before the end of the year.
I could tell you one thing.
Don't.
Okay.
Just please, I'm fine.
Okay, fine.
It's good. Characters look really terrible in this game, by the way.
No, they don't. She's just a weird looking girl, is all.
Oh, is that it? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, they look a little weird.
Hey, other couch.
What up?
What have you guys been playing? Nolan, what's going on with you?
Like I said, I haven't been playing a whole lot. I have played a lot of Metal Gear, I guess, since the last time I was on the show.
Yeah, me too.
I will say I wish that y'all were farther so we could talk about it.
I haven't
Pretty
touched
far?
I still haven't even met Quiet.
I definitely have.
That's crazy.
I mean, I haven't played it in like 2 weeks.
I feel like I haven't played it, like that I'm the one that's really far behind, and
No,
I'm
you're
much
not.
farther than that.
Brad, do you remember the last
played
number
7 hours
mission
of the
you
game.
did?
That's crazy.
I'm playing Mad
19.
Max.
19,
You haven't
okay.
played the game.
The last one I did was 50.
Well, it
Good
sounds like
lord.
you played too much of it.
Here's the ironic thing is that I was like, I'm going to play Mad Max because I feel like I can get through that quickly and then jump back into Metal Gear. And I'm going on like 30 plus hours of Mad Max, and I think I'm about 60%
Mad Max
done.
Really
I think
knows
I've
how to stretch itself.
I think I've been doing too many of the side ops.
Yes and no. So there are a lot of side ups that are kind of just repetitive. But there are some that are pretty cool, and they do help, get you guys, get you tanks.
I kind of need the resources and
Yeah,
stuff.
and that I would say is the main reason for doing those. I will say, Brad, 2 or 3 more missions, and that's when you get your forward operating base.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to spend your whole life on it, but getting it set up and getting defenses put up on it, if people try to invade it and they fail, free resources for you and money.
Yeah, but
What do you mean, yeah, what?
I don't want.
Someone just randomly fails invading my base, 300,000 GMP and a bunch
I
of
feel
resources.
like I don't want to spend a lot of time like
Do you
setting all
have to
that
play
up.
the
No, it's
forward
not.
operating
It's like
base stuff?
like 5 minutes.
No.
All you do is set it up, build a strut, and then set it to maximum security. And
But
then
you know
you're
how
done.
the upgrades say like usable by your security team. I don't do like any of those.
So yeah, your security team probably won't have the best weapons.
My security team is 0 right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you don't have a security team.
Oh.
You don't get it until you get a forward operating base. But so I will say, without spoiling anything, is a mission happened.
A thing
And-
happened. A thing actually happened.
It was very frustrating for me because I didn't see it coming, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Is this like a story thing that happened?
Kind of, yeah.
If you had known about it, could you have changed something? Is what you're saying?
Yes. It's preventable, but the things to prevent it are obscure.
Oh, obscure in a Kojima game?
Yeah.
No.
And I spoke with Jaeger and MGS, and I was like, hey, buddies, why didn't y'all tell me about this? And they were like, because it's kind of a spoiler, and we just didn't want to have it spoiled for you. And I was like, well, honestly, I wish you would have spoiled it for me, because I was very
one of the few
upset
cases.
by what happened.
But is it something you could have like prevented? Or?
Yes.
Well, maybe you can spoil it for me later. Maybe.
So that's the thing is I would love to spoil it for everyone, but I know some people would be upset by it. I know some people would probably thank me for spoiling it for them because they could then prevent that from happening.
Is there something you could like tell us without spoiling it that would help us?
This is okay. This is dangerous territory.
Yes, I know. I can tell you what to do that won't spoil what happens. That will prevent it from happening. I can.
Does it involve like?
Oh God. Oh God. Why are we having this conversation?
Like nukes and stuff.
Can we talk about?
No.
Okay.
But so anyway, but yeah, Metal Gear. I've gone through. There's one mission I haven't done yet because I guess I haven't unlocked it. Because there's
You finished the game, like the story, quote unquote, right?
Yes and no.
I thought 46 is like the end of the main.
So that's the mission I haven't done because it's not unlocked yet.
Oh.
Because this most likely I haven't listened to a specific cassette tape. I still have some yellow ones I haven't listened to, or I haven't done a particular. I have the guide. I can just look up the guide, and the guide will tell me what I need to do to unlock it. I haven't done that yet though, because I've been doing a lot of side ops. And the thing is, I did all of the other up through 50. I did all of those, which are the extreme and the subsistence missions. I did those, which can be very fun. What?
I know there's this whole debate of like tapes versus codecs and stuff, and I think we've realized that they're really not the same fucking thing.
They're not.
But I want to add that like most of those tapes are just, and when I say most, I mean like all of them are like
Our codec calls.
no, I mean they're all serious and boring.
So yeah, a lot of them are very serious. Some of them are boring. Some of them are very interesting.
Interesting at best.
Oh yeah, it depends on how much of the Metal Gear lore you like to know about. I mean, the yellow ones, I would say, whenever you unlock a yellow one, just listen to it immediately, because a lot of the times those will help you in missions later, like on the next mission. It will give you clues
Like
and
that
tips.
stuff's interesting, but like there was like whenever there was a spoken line of dialogue in any previous Metal Gear Solid, there was always this like, you know, it could be serious, but there's also a good chance it could be silly or over the top or crazy. And that because these are like recorded audio tapes they're supposed to be informational, right? So
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of comic relief there.
It's not even
too
comic
much.
relief. I feel like it's lacking personality in a lot of ways.
So yeah, I will say it is, and I'm sure that has nothing to do with Kiefer Sutherland. But I will say that the cutscenes, they definitely happen in like the later part of the game. That's where all the cutscenes start coming into play. There's a lot.
So
Good. I like cutscenes.
What is this thing? Because now I feel like I have to.
Okay,
know.
stop.
Hold on. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast.
We can do a spoiler alert.
I would
and
still,
if anyone's listening-
I would still rather not say it on the podcast. If anyone wants to know, you can tweet at me or something,
Why
and
don't you
I'll
go
tell
drop it in
you.
the forum thread or something?
Yeah, I can put it in a I'll put it in a forum thread and put a spoiler tag on it.
Just put it in the official thread that we already have.
Yeah, I'm saying I'll put a spoiler tag on it. But yeah, if y'all want to ask me after the show, but it's frustrating for me because I was like very upset. I like to the point of being like livid. I was like, you're kidding me, right?
Well,
to the point
tell me
where I tried
after
to
the podcast.
delete my local save and download it from my online save. But my online save backed up right after the point of no return.
You know what's funny?
I'll let you tell me after.
I'm gonna be like, all right, Nolan, tell me, and it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that Flash comic where Lex Luthor took over the Flash's body. Because you're gonna be like, all right, tell me,
exactly
you're gonna tell
that.
me, and I'm just gonna be like,
I have no idea
what that is.
That wasn't a comic. That was an episode of the Justice League.
Justice League. It doesn't matter. I know what he was referring to.
Sometimes I just want to just backhand you, Krispy.
But anyway, Metal Gear. I've been playing a lot of that. I played a little bit of the indie game that I'm going to be playing on Thursday, Sky Hill.
By the way, I
but I
forgot
don't want
to
to
tell
get
you
into
guys,
that.
we got codes for a game that I know y'all want to play. I got it in my email today. It's called. Hold on, I forgot what it's called. It's one of those.
Come on. You just said you know.
Right, this fucking cocktease over here.
The Nobody Explodes, whatever that game. I can't remember.
Oh, keep talking and nobody.
Keep talking, nobody explodes. We got codes for that.
Nice.
So we'll be playing that at some point.
Cool. And other than that, I've played like nothing. Just because this entire week, my Bernadette's parents and her cousin have been in town.
Lame.
So I've been doing a lot of. They've been like, oh, let's go do this and let's go do this. And
You done anything fun? Going to museums?
So I mean, no, we didn't do any like museums or anything. We walked around the Capitol and went
Did you go
to
to Texas Chili Parlor?
We did go to Texas Chili Parlor. I was gonna invite you, but I think it was on Sunday.
Oh,
and yeah, it was on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And Bernadette's dad got the habanero, and he thought it was good.
Yeah, it's good.
He likes spicy though.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It is very spicy.
I forgot to tell you, Nolan Black, I totally almost killed your dad.
Why? How?
I totally almost hit him with my car.
Really?
When I was leaving the place. It was really dark, and he was just walking across. And he stared at me, and I was like, I wonder if he knows that he met me not but an hour ago. I mean, it wasn't that
I thought
close.
you were gonna tell me you like.
But if I really wasn't paying attention,
I mean, he didn't mention it to me.
no.
I thought you were gonna say you like accidentally like turned and like almost knocked him over the balcony.
Yeah,
or
that's what I thought too.
No. It was when I was leaving. He was crossing the street, and I didn't really see because it was very dark until I got pretty close. And then I was like, oh, shit.
So we had a...
Remember that moment when we thought there was a creeper at the Oasis? Like, that was tweeting pictures of us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We were
yeah,
like,
that was
there
really
was someone tweeting pictures of us. Like, they were taking pictures with their phone and tweeting them out mentioning the 4Player podcast account. We're like, oh my God, what's happening? And I was like, walked up to Nolan. I was like, Nolan, do you know who this is? He's like, oh yeah, that's my mom. And I was like, oh, thank God. I thought there was like some weird stalker person just walking around snapping shots of us without walking up to us or anything.
Right.
We had an engagement party for myself and Bernadette. We
did
this past weekend, and thankfully all of these lovely gentlemen showed up, and it had a grand old time.
We did have a grand old time.
Great.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. And yeah, my dad was there. He's a
Yes, he
guy.
was.
Yep.
I don't know if
Still alive.
I don't know if you heard. Brad almost ran him over.
Yep. It's true. Apparently, I just found out.
Oh man.
And apparently, everyone was saying he looks like Kenny
Rogers?
Kenny Rogers. Yeah.
Now that you say that.
I had never thought about it before.
Oh my God.
I think he was even wearing a plaid shirt, wasn't
He
he?
probably he has a lot of plaid shirts.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Crispy,
Hey.
what have you been playing, sir?
Well,
Say it.
I played like an hour of Metal Gear today, and that was really good. Did some side
Did you
ops.
play it just so you could talk about it on the show?
No. I was.
I wonder what he's really been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
Fucking Rocket League freak. Is that what it is?
Just tell
Rocket
me,
League?
just,
Rocket League?
do you really like it,
it's-
Crispy?
oh, no.
Just answer. Do you really like
Is it a
it?
MOBA?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Crispy
but,
likes
like,
MMOs.
it's a very particular kind of like.
It's an MMO kind of like.
It's just like.
Wait, what's like
it got me sucked into the cycle of just like, oh, I gotta do my daily quests, gotta get my legendary marks, gotta get my gear, gotta get my light level up.
What are you playing?
Destiny?
I'm playing Destiny.
Oh,
Yeah, this fucking guy.
you've been playing the
Fucking
Taken
knew
King.
it. Yep.
So
This fucking
Campbell
guy.
and I have been playing it for
Campbell is an enabler.
about 2 weeks now. Well, I got him to buy it.
You're
So-
a fucking enabler. Because
Crispy is the
Campbell,
enabler.
once you get him into something, he's going to do it. And then he's going to get you into it again. That's
What
you
happened to
fucking
Rocket
do.
That's
League?
all I've been playing.
Hey,
that is all, and like
Skylanders
that's
and
notice when we were talking about like any movies or TV shows we watched in the last week, I didn't have anything to say because every moment of free time I've had over the last week, I've been playing Destiny.
Jesus Christ.
I've been going to work, I've been coming home playing Destiny until I go to bed and then waking
You
up.
didn't
Is it
play,
just
you
good
didn't play
because
any
it's
Journey?
addictive?
It is very addictive.
at least you finally like it, right?
Yeah, there's
is gonna
still
be-
things that like
Calling it right now, this is going to be his game of the year.
no, it's not.
No,
It's not.
it better not
like,
be.
It is. I fully recognize like what is going on. Like it is very competent at what it does, and I think like you know the shooting gameplay and stuff like that is still really fun. I think
Those motherfuckers.
the like design aesthetic is cool enough that I like looking at it.
So
the
hold
game
on.
still doesn't have
I
a
will
soul.
admit that I do like Destiny's user interface. It is very sleek.
Yeah.
It is very
Yeah, the
it is
user
very
interface is really
nice
easy
to
to
look
use.
at. I will admit that.
And-
It's
and
a
I
very
mean, like-
nice
like
looking
the-
game.
Like the design, like the character design, like the environments, the enemies, like they all look cool. And like your character looks cool. Like it's stuff that's really easy to look at. And it's fun to play, and there is enough variety. Now that I'm like a level 40 character and I'm like in endgame stuff, like there's enough going on that like it has my attention. It's just that slog of going to 1 to 40 was rough.
The fact that you've been playing it for like a week or so or two at most, and you're at in-game stuff, kind of says that you're not going to be talking about it in a month.
Well, that's okay. Well, first of all, the reason why I got that high so quickly is because when you buy the Taken King Legendary Edition, they give you an item that lets you max level a character.
Oh, what?
Right away.
That's ridiculous.
Well, because that like this isn't an MMO. Like this isn't a game that's like all about getting to the level cap and then there's some stuff to do that when you get there. This is a game that's about you need to get to the level cap as soon as possible because you have a different level that you're working on gearing up to do like end game stuff. Like this game kind of sucks if you're not in end game. Which I mean,
that isn't like an MMO.
Huh?
That's like an MMO.
No, I know, but like an MMO, like I played WoW for a year before I had a max level character. You know,
I know. That's
like
what I'm saying. That's
like
why I don't think this.
Yeah, it's again, it is very much an MMO in some respects and very much not an MMO in other respects. It's so fucking weird. Like it's really hard to just shove it in a box.
You know what's weird about Destiny? It seems like a cool experimental game. But when you really try and wrap your head around the thought that they have committed to doing 10 years of this game, I can't even like.
No, but here's the thing, man.
Does that even mean?
That's
I've
like
been thinking about
console generation.
I've been thinking about that a lot playing this game, and it kind of comes down to like, well, they made some really good improvements in the last year. Like between vanilla Destiny and Taken King Destiny, there have been certain things about the game that got tremendously better. If they really are like,
oh, they're in contract.
If they are like contracted and they are actually going to see that through and like keep developing new content for this game. I mean, what is this game going to look like at the end of that cycle?
I mean, the only reason
I'm just thinking like, you know, there were things that they've said. Like,
the only way that would change is if Activision was like,
I know. I just it's like,
fuck it.
Like, at what point are they going to be like, oh, now there's a dogfighting module that we're going to add in, and you can, and your ships, and your ships are like,
no one's like, I do not agree with this.
No, like, and now your ships aren't just cosmetic items; they're actual items that you use in this part of the game. Like, at what point, like, part of it is exciting that I think there's enough of a core game there that if they actually really did expand the way that it kind of looks like they want to, maybe this could be like an incredible game in like 5 years, 6 years.
I mean, probably.
It's a fun game right now. I definitely feel like I'm in a bubble. Like I'm in a bubble right now, and like I'm just gonna play a shit ton of Destiny for like 3 weeks, and then eventually I'm gonna wake up one day and not want to play it, and then I'm probably not gonna go back to it for a few years. But I do kind of want to have it. Like I want to keep it just so I can pop in from time to time over the next few years and see like how it changes.
See, that was like my relationship with Halo early on, and as Halo grew and got bigger, I started to get more and more into it. I mean, I feel like this is definitely a different situation than Halo because there are so many unknown variables when it comes to Destiny because it is so fucking weird. But I don't know. It's not unimaginable to think that yes, maybe Destiny will be awesome in a few years.
I mean, like I am like really ashamed of this, guys. like this is. I feel really vulnerable right now talking about.
Can you
this,
comment on?
But
the other game
I can't remember going like I can't remember having this huge of a swing of opinion this quickly about a game where like when it came out I loved it and then I fucking hated it and now like I kind of love it again. Like I don't know what's going on. Like I feel really confused.
You're very confused.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking as a person who played a lot of MUDs. Or a lot of 1 MUD and a lot of Diablo 2, I get it.
It's just fucking.
I have snapped multiple Diablo 2 discs, okay?
In an attempt to wean yourself off of it, but then you
That's not weaning.
And then you immediately regretted your decision, ran out to a store and bought a new disc.
Yeah.
Krispy, you didn't play one other game?
You did.
Oh, I played a little bit of Party Hard actually.
What?
No. But you talked about that.
No, I didn't talk.
That wasn't the game we were referring to.
I talked about, yeah.
Whoa, wait. Was there another game that I forgot that I played?
You didn't go on like an adventure?
You didn't.
Like a journey?
Oh, I did play Journey, didn't I? God, guys, see.
I was like, is Nolan gonna go for the obvious hint?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about Journey.
This was Skyliner's choice for the.
I had a couple days off from work, so it's just been Destiny, and like I don't even know like how many days it's been. Like, it's all blending together. But yes, I did play Journey. I played through Journey in last Wednesday.
So you played all the way through it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I had never done before, actually. That's a really cool game.
It's a very pretty.
Did you have any experiences where you like ran into someone?
See, that's
I think
weird,
throughout my game, I ran into 3 other characters, but they didn't stay with me for very long. So I ended up doing most of the game.
I think that's an issue with just the game not being. Yeah, it's an older game.
Yeah, when that game first came out, like I would run into someone. I ran into someone, and then they stayed with me for like
a section, and then they would maybe disappear, and then you'd run into someone again, though.
But those moments when they disappear, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like you really didn't get the full journey.
I know, and everyone's been saying that.
But I mean, what do you?
There's not a whole lot
I
you can
fucking
do about
like
that,
I
though.
get it. Yeah, it's like I get it, but like
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool aspect of the game. But I think what is there on its own, like you playing the game, like even as a solitary experience, like is fucking like really cool.
It's really striking.
It is. It's really emotional, and like there's a lot to be said about the visual storytelling that takes place in that game.
Yeah.
You like, I don't know, man. Like this kind of like hit close to home for me because I was having a big conversation with my roommate a couple weeks ago. He's a tattoo artist, and he had a customer come in who wanted a Journey tattoo. He was like, yeah, so I had this girl come in today, and she was like, oh, I want to get my favorite video game as a tattoo. And I was like, oh yeah, what game? And he said, oh, she said it was called Journey. And I kind of like scoffed. I was like, like that's her favorite video game? Like, that's not a game, blah blah blah. And you know, I still don't think that, like, I think that's kind of weird to be like, of all the video games I've ever played in my entire life, that's my favorite game, you know? But having sat through the experience and played it now, like I can kind of understand why someone would have like an emotional connection to that game.
That could resonate with them, you know, just the experience you have. Like I definitely.
I mean, it's not Alan Wake, so it, you know.
And also, it doesn't. Who says they're an avid gamer? It might just be, someone who casually plays games.
Or maybe they met the love of their life in Journey.
That's not how that game works.
I was like,
I'm not saying they met them in real life. Like maybe it ended after they stopped playing that game. But
I kind of had a proxy conversation with this girl through Jordan, where like we had to, I was like, oh,
what was the actual tattoo she got?
It was just a tattoo of the character with this scarf and like the mountain in the background.
I thought she got her symbol. That'd be cool.
No, it was something he drew up based on the game. Like it wasn't just like a copy paste kind of thing. Okay. But like we had this conversation where I was like, oh, Journey, that's not a real game, blah blah blah, that's whatever. And then he had told her that, and then she had been like, oh, well, I guess if all you play is like Call of Duty or whatever. And I was kind of like he came back and told me that she said that, and I was like,
it's on.
Fuck this bitch, you know. But now I kind of feel like I was in the wrong, having played Journey now and like experienced the whole thing. I feel like, yeah, okay, you know what? I still don't think it would ever be my favorite game in the world, but like I get why someone would put more importance on this game than just its systems.
There were mechanics that you could do if you had somebody else with you. Like you could perpetually keep each other.
You could boost each other up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
there was a communication system.
Well, I knew they had like the little glyphs and everything.
You would sing
but unless you know what it feels like to lose your friend at the end of that very jubilant slide down the everything, and at the end be in the dark and not know where they are. Have you really played Journey?
No, don't say that.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no, you have, and it's just. But to an extent, Brad is right that the experience you got was definitely different from someone who played it when there was a much more active community.
We were talking about that game at the end of that year in terms of like, is this kind of an innovative multiplayer game? It's very specifically the multiplayer mechanics of this game.
It's also it's kind of a risky experiment as a developer, I would imagine, because you're literally making a game, and I'm sure going into it they knew very well that like this game was going to have a very front-loaded like if you didn't play it during this like bubble time,
when it first came out,
it just wasn't going to be the same.
Yeah.
But they were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna make it anyways because that's cool."
I do kind of feel like it would have been better to have experienced some more of that interactivity, because when I did see somebody in the game, I was like obsessive with like trying to stay with them. I was like, no, like, please. And then like I turn around and turn back and they're just gone.
It's also easy, like, because Skylander points it out.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Skylander points it out, but like it is also easy to not realize sometimes when someone's even joined your game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, you'd be like,
not always
someone's
like,
here. Like,
yeah,
what's going on? That happened to me a couple times when I was playing.
Yeah, but I was like, you know, I offered to play it because I had the means to, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't have any like stake in playing it, and you know, Skyliner wanted to see it, but like, I'm really glad I did. You know, I actually really enjoyed it.
You know what you should play? Flower.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Flower School.
I love that game because it also helps me take naps sometimes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That.
I have fallen asleep
All
many
you do
times.
is play Destiny. You'll never understand my flower tattoo.
Yeah. Exactly.
I have fallen asleep many a times to just going into the PS3 menu and going down to flower and just letting the music loop.
Yeah.
Oh man, fall asleep so fast. Anyways, we need to take a break. We're gonna come back. We'll do news, community, all that good stuff. Don't go anywhere, guys. I said, are you ready, Bradley?
I'm ready, Nick.
Are you ready for the bump spot?
I'm ready for the bump spot.
Well,
Let me spot that bump. Let me spot that bump.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. What do we have this week, Brad? Well, I can tell you right now.
What do we have, Nick? Stuff?
We have stuff. We have stuff coming. First one being, hey, if you remember back in February, whatever, when we launched our Patreon campaign.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about one of our milestones, which we hit very, very quickly, was to do a camping trip.
Oh, shit, I love camping. I go all the time.
You do?
I'm an Eagle Scout.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. Anyways, we are going to be doing a camping trip. We intentionally put it off because E3 is right in the middle of the summer, and then of course there is the summer, which is very, very hot here in Texas. So we decided to wait until it started to cool off, and it is finally starting to cool off here, which is very nice. So we are in the planning phases of our camping trip, which we're hoping to do. What did we say, in like the first week or two of November? I think is what we.
Yes.
We're gonna intentionally go on Fallout 4 launch night, so no one here. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
We should do a themed camp out.
What if we just brought our televisions and got a cabin and played Fallout 4 and out in the woods?
No, it should be post-apocalyptic themed, where we just bring like 1 gallon of water and we have to fight over it. You know, it's like capture the flag, but capture the gallon
That's a
of water.
terrible idea. Anyways, like I said, we're planning the camping trip. We'll be posting the details as soon as we get that locked down. We're in the process of trying to find the campsite and place the reservation, because unbeknownst to me, you have to reserve that shit now. I don't know. Anyways, we'll be reserving it and getting the details up fairly soon. Should be fun. And of course, like we said, we're going to be filming the festive. We obviously can't broadcast unless we do something with Periscope or something, but we'll be filming our festivities and getting that up on YouTube, so everyone can see.
Audio,
Everyone can see what shenanigans we did out in the woods. That sounded wrong. I'm sorry. Next up, I started a new Let's Play. It took me a while. Silent Hill 3 is the next game on my Silent Hill
It took you so long. I thought you liked Silent Hill.
Something happened to my Silent Hill 3 copy, and I lost it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not the easiest game to find, and I kept trying to get it from Jack, but our schedules never lined up. So, long story short, I finally have it in my possession, and I'm starting it.
Best part of the entire Silent Hill series is the haunted house part in Silent Hill 3.
Really? I literally remember almost nothing about Silent Hill 3 except for the ending, so I'm kind of excited. The first episode is up. It's actually available to everybody, but starting with episode 2, it'll be patrons only, so you can find, of course, the new episodes on patreon.com/4Player.
Cool. What else is happening?
Revival Club, which we mentioned. We had a poll up for patrons. It's still open, so if anyone hasn't voted yet,
What's
please.
winning?
Dragon Quest 8.
Really? Still?
Dragon Quest 8 is in the lead by like 5 or 6 votes
Yeah,
too.
cool.
So
Go vote.
if you're a patron and you haven't yet voted, please go to the Patreon activity feed. Drop your vote for the first episode of the Revival Club, and I think we'll probably leave that open for another week or so, and then we'll close it off and make it final. Next, I have a top 5 on the way. Brad, I think, has a top 5 on the way.
Yes, I do.
I'm doing my top 5 franchises that I think should go open world.
I'm going to do my top 5 favorite title screens.
So one of those will be public, one of them will be exclusive to patrons. So look for that in the next few weeks, hopefully sooner. Saturday is going to be a community night. Christopher Davis is going to be leading the way. Saturday, right? Saturday, Star Wars Battlefront Beta Community Night. Should be fun. We played it a little bit at E3. I think we all came away pretty positive about it. PC. It's PC. He's playing on PC. Fuck, damn it. I can't play on PC. Friday is also a community night. Nolan's going to be playing Metal Gear Online. Damn, I pulled that out of my ass and I got it right. So Friday night and Saturday night we'll be doing community-centric things on the feed at 4pp.tv. So please come hang out. We need to put a thread in the forums where people can come and kind of RSVP if you want to be a part of it. So we'll get that up. We'll make sure we get that up after the show. And the last but not least, Brad, I'm sorry. I've been talking very fast. You didn't have a chance to talk.
Hippie chat.
Hippie chat. I'm sorry. Hip chat. I sent everybody a email a few weeks ago. If you're a $10 or higher patron, you should have an email in your inbox. If you did not get it, please let me know on Twitter or email or whatever, and I will make sure I get you an invitation. But we have plenty of patrons hanging out in our patron-exclusive Hip Chat room, and we frequently talk, and we're going to them directly to ask for feedback on Patreon-related things or community-related things, that kind of thing. So it's a direct line of communication between you guys and us. So if you're interested in being a part of the room, just let me know, and I'll send you an invite if you're a $10 patron or higher. And I think that's it for the bump spot this week, Brad.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's time to get back to the show.
Let's get back to the show.
Back to the show. Goodbye.
Bump on over to the podcast.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Woohoo! I missed it.
You missed being on the show?
Yeah. No, in the time that we took a break.
Yeah, it was kind of a long break. Y'all don't want to hear me talking about Mad Max. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I don't.
I've played a lot of Mad Max.
I mean, is there anything new? No?
I'm getting towards the in-game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my car is badass.
That's cool.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Did you get the Big Chief?
No. But I've maxed out almost everything else in my car.
Yeah, it doesn't matter until you get the fucking
I know.
V8.
Dude, I've done one story
And that
mission
race to get the V8 sucks.
I've played
really
12.
sucks.
I've played for like 12 hours, maybe 15 hours since last week, and I've done one additional story mission since last week.
Fucking, talk to me when you get to Gastown, man.
I'm in Gastown. I just haven't done the race yet.
Don't light a match.
I did too. I went to the airport and did the Underdome stuff.
Yeah, to get
Underdune.
to get the lights,
Yeah,
the twinklies.
That's the last story mission I did. Everything else have just been driving around. I've already complete 100%.
All right, moving on.
100% liberated 5 or 6 of those zones. I know you don't care about Mad
We don't
Max,
care.
but
I mean,
that game's
It's not that we
pretty-
don't care. It's just
Yeah,
I
it's
don't have any
pretty cool.
context.
Yeah,
I kind of want to play it, but I mean,
and we haven't.
I finished Satellite Rain. No one wants to hear about that.
no.
Wait.
All I'll say is that game is way longer than I gave it credit for. Because holy fuck,
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be done with it a long
Is
time ago.
there a lot of busy missions or
It's like Far Cry, dude. It's just there's
so
shit
many busy
everywhere.
missions.
But the thing is, I love doing the. I mean, I know some people hate the collectathon shit, but I love it. It is such carrot on a string, just can't stop chasing after the next thing. I'll be
so that's one of the reasons I don't want to play it.
every time I tell myself,
I'll do it.
every time I tell myself I'm gonna stop after I get this thing, I stop and then I look at the map and I realize, oh, but if I drive just right down the road,
one
there's
more
that thing.
Yeah, real quick.
It just never ends.
Yep.
It just never fucking ends. And now my car's painted black and it has all these spikes.
it's black.
Yeah, and then it has for a while I was actually doing the tie dye. It was pink and purple all over it. You get it from one of the painted areas.
Yeah.
But it has spikes on it. I have exhaust burners that shoot flames out the side, which you can use, but you burn fuel to do it. So
Dude,
you
you've got the fucking side burners and
Yeah.
everything?
and I've upgraded
You
them.
need to really just fucking push the story ahead.
Dude,
you
I
shouldn't have that stuff
I'm
yet.
pretty sure I could beat this game using the car that I have now because I've upgraded the shit out of it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The story gates off your development. You
I have the level 6 harpoon.
All right, moving on
All
from
that
Mad
shit.
Max. Moving
Anyways.
on.
Whatever. You're fucking crazy. I don't know how you've been putting up with it for that long.
Because I fucking love that shit. I love that shit.
Brutal Legend was cool.
Anyway.
Wait, we're not talking about...
Anyway, moving
What the
on.
hell? What did that even mean?
Moving on.
It's alright. Nobody wants to hear about Mad Max. Let's move on. Whatever. What's next? What? You keep telling me to move on. I'm talking
Because you're
about Mad
we're
Max.
not going to talk about it. And they're like, my car's tie-dyed.
Because I've been playing it for 15 fucking hours this week, and I'm
Did the combat get better?
dude, I love the
I'm just
combat.
kidding.
Fuck you, Brad. Fuck you so much.
It didn't get better. His opinion of it hasn't changed.
You know what the best thing about that fucking game is?
Oh my
What's
god,
that?
that was a joke.
What's the best part, Nick?
I'll shut the fuck up.
No,
if
what's
you
the
don't
best
talk
part?
about it.
Seriously.
Dude, the fucking explosions in that game are magnificent.
Yeah. Like
So good.
I don't doubt it. The explosions at
So
Just Cause 2
good.
are really good. Especially the explosions in Renegade Ops, which was another Avalanche
Sometimes
game.
they're so good they break physics.
All right, go fuck me. Fuck it.
Explosions
Fuck
in
me.
Satellite and Rain are
Moving
really good.
on. Mad Max is pretty good. What's next? What are you talking about? News?
word on
Only-
the street.
Only pretty good. I'm just messing with it now. I'm glad that you really like that game. I would probably play it if it came out in a different time of the year.
Right?
I mean, only reason I popped it into play was I thought I could get through it fairly quickly and then move on to Metal Gear. But I'm
glad I
going on
didn't.
like 35 hours
you
now.
knew
or
it
some
was
shit.
an open world.
Yeah,
game.
but I didn't-
You knew.
But I didn't think it was going to be that full of stuff. Because everybody always talked about the game was like,
They said
Empty.
Ubisoft a vacation.
yeah,
I
but,
said that.
but they were also
That is the
saying things.
definition of-
But they were also saying things like there's nothing to do in the world. And there is. There's a lot of shit to collect. And the car combat's pretty fun. Sorry.
Oh, should we be worried about Just Cause 3? Since
What, worry about the fact that I'm not
The-
going to have time to
the
play
Just
it?
Cause
Anything
2
that comes out
team-
after Fallout 4 is just not happening?
It's probably going to get delayed.
I hope so.
The Just Cause 2 team did Mad Max. Just Cause 3 is a different team, a new team.
Yeah.
So I hope it's good.
Hopefully a better team.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like, Mad Max is fine, but, like, that's your A team? Like, that's the work that the A team put out? Like,
I mean, Avalanche.
let someone else take a crack. Like, who cares?
I mean,
Like,
don't act like Just Cause 2
Just Cause
is-
2 was fine, but like,
so
this
was
is a
Mad
more...
Max.
No, what I'm saying is that
Oh
it
my
was.
God. Okay, we're going on.
No,
Yeah.
what I'm
spiraling.
saying is I'm agreeing with you. Just Cause 2 was just fine.
It was
fucking
fine,
good.
yeah.
That's it. It was fine. Avalanche is a fine developer
So why are we worried about 3?
because it's not that team. It is a team that could maybe make less than a fine game.
Or maybe make better than
That's
a fine
optimistic.
game. Like,
Maybe. I don't know. Renegade Ops is their secret best game, so more of y'all should play that. News.
I'm going to keep playing Mad Max.
go for it, man. Because I don't know if I can.
I'm gonna say this. You stop playing Witcher, you stop playing Metal Gear, that's fine. But if Fallout comes out and you
But
like
I haven't stopped. I'm intending on playing all of them.
If Fallout comes out and you play like 3 hours and then you're like, well, Tomb Raider's just like 40 hours long, and you like finish the year off without finishing like, at least you finish Bloodborne.
No one's going to finish Fallout.
I
accept that challenge.
accept that challenge. I'll finish it. I don't have a great track record.
All right, no one's going to
beating
finish Fallout.
Bethesda games,
And
though.
I put that in quotations.
I don't have a great track record.
What, like 100% the game? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Everyone talks about
I
that
don't
game.
think any of us here have 100% at any Fallout game.
I didn't even beat Skyrim, so. Or New Vegas.
So the news is...
Yeah, let's talk about the news.
News.
Oh, I'll go first. Hey, y'all want to hear some news?
Yeah, what's up?
Harebrained Studios. Harebrained Schemes? Harebrained Studios. Harebrained. Makers of, like, dudes that were, like, formerly FASA, but they're the team that recently rebooted the Shadowrun games. I talked about Shadowrun Hong Kong
Yep.
about a month
About
and a
a
half
month
ago.
ago.
And, those were successful Kickstarter games. Well, they just today, I believe today or yesterday, they started their new Kickstarter, which we knew was coming. They kickstarted a new Battletech game. This is going to be a kind of a turn-based strategy Battletech game. It's depending on what goals that they hit, it is going to have a story-driven single-player campaign, which is really good news because...
Sorry, I'm just... Don't...
Okay.
Which is really good news because what we know from Harebrained is that they're really good at telling a story. That's what we learned from the Shadowrun games. So I'm glad that they're probably going to hit that goal because originally it was just going to be like kind of a gameplay first game. You know what I mean? It's weird with Kickstarter. Like they probably knew they were going to hit this goal. So Battletech was like a game from like way back in the day that eventually spawned all the Mech Warrior games, and there's a lot of fondness for Mech Warrior and Battletech, and because of that, this game was of course going to be a success. As soon as they announced that they had the license and that they were doing it again, and sure enough, they hit their goal in like less than an hour, and they've already doubled their goal, and I don't know what they're at now, but it's in the many hundreds of thousands, and they're probably going to break 1 million or 2 or 3. It's looking pretty good, which is good because now, so I'll probably never get another Front Mission game.
Probably not.
At least not one that's any good. So they're at 707,000. $100,000. Wow,
pretty close to 1 million.
Yeah, pretty close to 1 million. I'll probably never get a Front Mission game that is exciting and good, but if I can get a turn-based. By the way, Battletech started as a tabletop miniatures game. But if I can get this game that has a really good story and really good characters, theoretically, like the Shadowrun games. And it's about, it has mechs and it has tons of customization. I'll be super fucking excited. My only one concern is that the gameplay, the combat, is not really the highlight of these Shadowrun games. So I'd be a little worried that, can they make the gameplay, a lot better than that? I worry a little bit about, map design and whatnot, because that's kind of not the strength of a lot of modern strategy games, but it was really good on Front Mission. So I don't know. I'm very excited about it because it is my genre of choice. It involves mechs and customization. I'm just going to blur my eyes and pretend it's Front Mission.
Gonna cross your eyes while you play it.
Also, I played a lot of Mech Warrior 2 back in the day on my.
I also played a lot of Mech Warrior 2.
I don't believe you.
I did.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow. Really?
Yes. Believe it or not.
It was a very popular game.
The more you know.
The more you know.
But yeah, so that's that.
Speaking of games with good single-player stories, Call of Duty 3.
You mean Call of Duty Black Ops 3?
Call of Duty, thank you. I was like, wait a second, that's not right.
There's already been a Call of Duty
Black
3.
Ops 3 is not going to have one for last-gen consoles.
Neither is Rainbow Six for any consoles.
Yeah, for any console. But that includes no single player or the co-op.
That is
single player.
I'm surprised that has not been a bigger explosion of just pissed off people.
Well,
lately.
so I understand that there's definitely going to be more people buying it for current gen than last gen.
Yeah.
But still, that is kind of a little why are you even putting it out? It's a money grab, is what it is.
Yeah.
Most people buy it for the multiplayer anyways. This is maybe not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do.
Are they going to charge the full 60 for it?
No,
It's 50.
That
Yay!
is
Right?
That's bullshit.
Right? That's one of the. I think 30 or 40 is what that game should be charged for. If it's pretty much just.
I'm thinking even if it had a single player, it probably should have been 50.
Yeah.
For being a last gen game.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is.
It's a weird situation. The thing is, in the Rainbow Six situation, we already knew it wasn't going to have a campaign, which kind of sucks. Especially considering I was really liking the direction they were going originally when it was Rainbow Six Patriots. And then they just completely decided to scrap doing a single-player campaign at all. Not that Rainbow Six has ever been huge on its single-player campaigns, but...
That's weird. Is Tomb Raider on 360 also a $60 game?
Probably. It might
Doesn't
be 50.
that seem
It
super
might
weird?
be 50. I can't remember.
Brad, it was even weirder. It's not going to have a single-player campaign.
Actually, the new Tomb Raider doesn't have multiplayer. So.
That was the joke, Brad. Thanks.
Well, I mean, it's the joke that you don't think is going to come out? Because that would make it a joke, I guess.
You've ruined it.
Yep. Anyway, I also wanted to mention, it's not an official news topic, but in the latest Nintendo information dump in regards to the new Zelda game, Triforce Mini, what is it called?
Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes. It is download play compatible, meaning only one person needs to have a copy of the game, and then 2 other people locally can join in.
Which is cool.
Which means we can broadcast
Which means we actually might look into that game then. Because
If
3 of us
Krispy
buying
can get
it was
his butt
never
over.
going to happen.
Right, but one of us.
One of us getting it, and then everyone joining in definitely is probably going to
It's
happen.
going to involve Krispy getting his butt over here early on Tuesdays.
I'll do it.
So we're probably going to look into maybe either streaming it or recording it offline and uploading it. We don't know yet, but most likely 3 of us playing it and having a good old fun time.
Recording's not a bad idea.
Dandy.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you, Nolan.
Yep.
I'll go next.
Cool.
I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, I'll be totally honest. But there's been more Silent Hills news. Junji Ito?
Junji, you don't
I
have
don't
to
know.
say it all weird. I mean,
Well, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to
Junji
sound
Ito.
It's
weird.
it's Junji.
Junji Ito.
Junji Ito.
Who is a famed
Manga artist.
manga artist. I'm not super familiar with his work. I'm obviously very familiar with the one that's I think he is most well known for, or at least one that it's getting it's been circulating a lot lately, which is I think it's just called Holes. Is that what it's called? It's the one with the
the one with the wall with the people-shaped
Yes.
holes.
He-
The people. Oh
yes.
my God, that was him.
That was him.
That thing
He
is
was
fucked.
collaborating with Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro on Silent Hills before it was canceled, and I officially am ready to just completely just.
It's like, how awesome was this game gonna be?
Well, whether it was awesome or not, it was going to be at least fucking interesting and amazing to watch come together. And we've been robbed of that. So, I just wanted to go ahead and just extend a huge middle finger to Konami once again. All right.
That's cool.
If anyone hasn't seen that comic, it's a very creepy.
It's not very long.
It's not very long. It's a very creepy manga that's just. I don't even know how to describe it. It's about people-shaped holes. And you should go watch, or not
doesn't
watch
sound that creepy.
it. You should go read it.
Well,
it's
it's like
creepy.
it's like there's a
It's like human Tetris.
everyone in the world has
There's
like a hole that matches
people
them in the
people
wall.
start going on pilgrimages across the world to come to this wall where there's all these people-shaped holes, and every person has a perfectly shaped
What
hole
happens
for
when you
them.
go into your hole?
That's the whole. That's the question. What happens when you go in your hole?
and it's kind of fucked up.
And it's fucked up.
I mean, the ending's kind of like kind of goofy, but like it's.
but
fucked
man,
Someone in
fucking-
chat said he's bad in endings.
Turns out they're all glory holes.
up. yeah, or something.
but yeah, it at least might give you an idea of what other kinds of inspirations they may have been drawing for Silent Hill, and I think it would have been a really awesome fit. Again, not gonna happen. So, fuck it. Krispy.
Okay, so this isn't exactly the newest of news, but we haven't mentioned it yet, so we decided we'd go ahead and cover it now. Capcom recently announced that they are bringing Dragon's Dogma to the PC. It's actually going to be in January. It's coming up very quickly. So it's actually going to be the Dark Arisen version, which is the definitive Dragon's Dogma. Porting it over to Steam, it's going to have full support on Steam, they say. It's going to support Xbox One and Xbox 360 gamepads. Apparently, they're supposed to be up-resing the graphics a little bit to make it look prettier. But that's cool.
I don't need another game.
Yeah.
But this is really good news.
This is
good news because one, I think the PC community might really embrace this.
No,
game.
definitely.
Like they did with Dark Souls, you know.
Yeah. It was one of those situations where it was only console, so I mean, so many people couldn't play it because there are a lot of gamers out there who were PC exclusive, and so those people definitely missed out on an amazing game.
Oh, yeah.
But secondly, the game didn't do that great in the West in the first place. It did well in Japan.
Yeah.
And now those guys are playing Dragon's Dogma online. But
And
if this
we are
thing does well on PC, that might look good for the future of the West maybe getting
Exactly.
Dragon's Dogma online on
That
the PC.
would be lovely.
Right.
And possibly maybe even more Dragon's Dogma games. Like this could be kind of a resurgence that I think the series deserves. Especially in the West, which could be great fucking news.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? I never played the Dark Arisen stuff, so I'm actually kind of excited to pick this up and play it because it's got to be run pretty well on PC. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There'll be some patches and stuff out.
I mean, that's
some
like a
fan-made patches that make it run really well, like Dark Souls.
3-4-year-old game now.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to play that.
It's a good game.
Good.
It is a good game.
That's what I hear. All right, I think that's all we got for news. So let's just jump straight to it. Nolan, I think it's your turn. Right?
Community?
It is time for the community.
Woo!
It's
The community. We love our community.
We're running out of steam, guys. What's going on?
Oh, I already mentioned that I'm tired. All right, so patrons. We got a couple new patrons since the last time I was on the show, at
We
least.
did. We got one yesterday.
We did. All right, so we have White B,
White Bee.
White Bee.
Caitlin,
Caitlin.
I think both of those people are in our Patreon hip chat room. I'm going to say hi to them. Right now.
Walt
Oh, I can't. I'm in airplane
A.
mode.
Burger,
Okay.
and
Wahlburger?
huh?
Wahlburgers?
No, Walter Burger.
I know what's going on there.
Yeah, you do. You do. And James H. All backed us on Patreon.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We love you.
Subscriber of the month, since it's still September, is Skyliner. The games she chose were Journey and Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I will actually be playing Enslaved this Thursday. I do realize that is the first day of October, but tough luck. I'm going to play your game anyway, Skyliner. Deal with it.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. All right, so questions from our patrons. We have received some questions for this week.
We have.
Pioft asks, have you ever wondered what a health potion tastes like? Video games have a lot of healing items, which are usually edible. If you could drink a healing item from a video game, what would you choose?
Honestly, I've never asked myself that question.
I think a healing potion might be kind of like chalky for some reason. Like I think like Pepto-Bismol.
I never thought about it like that.
And if you look at it through the goggles of like Soma, have you ever wondered what a health potion feels like?
I kind of want to know what a Castlevania wall chicken tastes like.
Wall chicken.
A chicken that you break out of the wall. Is it cold or is it warm?
I mean, probably pretty cold, right?
No, it's fantasy magical. It could be
I
warm.
wonder what a calorie mate tastes like.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
what
mean,
a
so
health potion-
they've put out those like energy drinks that are like mana and
It
shit.
probably tastes a little like cough
Those
syrup.
taste terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It can't taste good.
I remember when they put out Dragon Ball Z energy drinks.
And how many of those did you drink?
I don't know, like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and it made me go Super Saiyan.
What an Estes flask tastes like, probably
That's
like
that.
probably
What
better.
does Estes taste like?
whiskey.
I bet
Salt.
Whiskey.
Tears.
no, I bet it's kind of warm.
Yeah, like, it tastes
slightly
like light.
sweet. Like
I hope they all
honey.
taste. I hope they all taste like butterbeer.
Did you hear that Dark Souls 3 is going to have magic Estes flasks too?
Yeah,
like
I
the,
did-
the flask itself will
Restores like your magic meter.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a different. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Shit.
All right, next question from Michael M. What is the best meal you guys ever had that was out of state?
Out of state?
Oh, that's tough. Oh, you know that chicken we ate in LA was pretty goddamn good.
That was good. I don't think I'd ever list fried chicken, but that is.
Hey, don't be talking shit about fried chicken.
I had.
That's one of the great foods.
one of the great foods.
Yes. We are Southerners, Nick.
I know. It doesn't mean it has to be my favorite food. And I know Chris Davis mentions my annual calamari burrito in Seattle. That does not qualify.
Just because you eat it every time doesn't mean it's the best.
It's just the only place I can eat it, so of course I'm gonna have it when I go. It doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
my favorite.
I had really good chicken fried steak in Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
and a big part of the reason why I liked it so much is because in Pennsylvania they'll serve it with brown gravy instead.
Really?
Instead of the.
There's some
fucking-
places here you can get
They
it
give
with
you a
brown
choice.
gravy.
They give you a
Yeah.
choice.
I'll go ahead and say it right now.
But
And also in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, Permanis. My Permani sandwich is fucking good.
A what?
Permani sandwich.
The Permani
It's
burgers.
a sandwich with like pastrami and coleslaw and
Mayonnaise?
French fries on it,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and it's fucking amazing. And even though I have cholesterol issues, I'll be in Pittsburgh in November, and I will be having at least 2 of them. You can order it, and they will send it to you, and it's like $100.
Oh,
It's crazy.
If I had to
It's crazy.
say out of Texas but still in the United States, I would say Ping's Seafood in New York City, in Chinatown, and the New York City. Ping's Seafood it's a dim sum place. Mm-hmm. It is so fucking good.
yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
If I out of the country, the Moulin Rouge, the meal I ate there was fan-fucking-tastic. It was a really fucking good meal. Like just a big chunk of steak that was cooked so well with green, like fresh green beans.
Is it like
and fingerling potatoes?
have anything to do with the movie?
The movie is based off the place.
Okay, I thought
It's a
it was
real
like
place, Brad.
themed
Like a
like
themed
off the
restaurant.
movie.
No.
Like the Nicole kidney beans. And
Jesus Christ, Brad.
Oh, you know, if I want to go out of country, the sweet and sour chicken that I had at the top of a mountain in not rural, like really out in the middle,
if
like
it was a mountain, it was probably rural.
okay, very rural China, on the top, literally on the top of a mountain. Best sweet and sour chicken I've ever had in my life. Not even
You
kidding.
got sweet and sour chicken top of a mountain in China. No, that's American Chinese
I'm
food.
serious. No, that's the point. I was in China for 4 weeks. We went all over like all different cities. I had so many like traditional Chinese meals there, and like I liked it, but it was very different than American Chinese food, obviously, right?
Climbed the mountain and Panda Express.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. We literally went to this. We went to Weilin, China, which we were literally climbing a mountain. Look out! There's nothing. You can see rice fields, and there were people pushing like with oxes, like there was chickens running through the streets and everything. Go to the top of this fucking mountain. Top of this fucking mountain. There's like this really nice, like traditional looking restaurant, and we sit down, and they bring us sweet and sour chicken. Looks like it was straight out of like an American restaurant, and it was the most amazing sweet and sour chicken I've ever had in my life.
If
That was after 4 weeks of like eating really traditional Chinese food, where people were like, "I can't wait to go back to America."
It's because so many people like you showed up asking about the sweet and sour chicken. They were finally like, well, I guess we should get some sweet and sour chicken.
Of all the places you would expect to find like that style of Chinese food, that was the last
The way you
place.
started describing it, I thought you got to the top of the mountain, and it was just like a bowl sitting there on like a shrine, and sweet and sour chicken was in it.
No,
And you tasted it, and it was the greatest.
no, but it was just a very unusual place to find that kind of sweet and sour chicken. I think it was chicken.
Chicken of the great General Tso.
I mean, the chickens they were probably using to make the sweet and sour chicken were like running around in the streets outside.
Probably.
You sure? You saw them?
No,
You
but I mean,
saw them?
like, it was so far away from like civilization.
Free range.
I have no
You
idea.
saying people in China aren't civilized?
Oh my god, y'all are the fucking worst.
And it was definitely chicken.
free
no,
range, free range Chinese chickens.
oh god, y'all are the worst.
Say that 10
Y'all are the
times
worst.
fast. All right. Anyway, next question is from Walt A. Berger. Hello, 4Player Network.
Is
I
it
have
about Tomb Raider?
2 questions. What are, in your mind, some of the most improved sequels ever made? These don't necessarily have to be from the original games to the first sequel, but just improved sequels in general.
Zone of the Enders 2, the second runner.
That is a big one. I think Resident Evil 4 is an obvious contender there.
Yeah.
But, then again, it was different, but I don't know if it was necessarily an improvement.
How about Resident Evil 2 over Resident Evil 1? Well, there's better answers than that.
Halo 2, because you could actually play
Online?
Multiplayer was much improved.
I would say Assassin's Creed 2.
For sure.
Yeah,
That was a
Yeah.
giant fucking leap in
that's a huge
quality.
one.
That's a
And
great one.
yeah.
I would even say going from 2 to Brotherhood was
Yeah.
just as big of a leap.
Yeah.
That was not as big of a leap.
I mean,
but it was good.
It was a good
It was a
leap.
damn big leap,
Yeah.
even though it may not be as
Witcher
drastic.
2 over Witcher 1 in terms of
That's true. Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
What if you look at Witcher 3 over Witcher 1?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's even
But this
bigger. yeah,
Just
but-
Cause 2 over Just Cause 1. Just Cause 1 was lame. GTA 3, but that's not a second game, though.
Well, he said it didn't have to be the next one. It could be anyone in the series. Yeah, any iteration.
well, in that case, there's tons.
Yeah.
There's tons.
So many.
Bully 2. Oh, wait.
I know,
If-
right?
if-
Isn't it time? Come
Right?
on, what the fuck?
That would be amazing.
Uncharted 2 over Uncharted 1.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true.
Infamous 2 over Infamous 1? Maybe?
Yeah, I'd say that.
It was
Those
pretty...
didn't seem that different, though.
Oh, they were different. I don't know.
I mean, if I was going to go back and play one of them, I'd definitely rather play 2.
Some wrong people would say Shadow Hearts Covenant over Shadow Hearts.
The Last of Us 2? By the way, that might be happening.
Well, it is happening. It
Yeah.
is. All right, and the second question from Walt A.
Oh,
Burger.
Dark Cloud 2 is a good one.
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
The thing is, Red Dead Redemption is so far gone, like so far better. People don't even remember that there was one before that.
Yeah. What is your favorite Whataburger meal? Thank you, Professor Walt A. Burger.
Patty melt, no onions, with the sweet tea.
So I get the patty melt with the onions.
Well, I just don't like onions.
God, I want.
But a patty melt's beautiful.
So my opinion with onions when it comes to like food is if the onions are like cooked and caramelized, they're fine. If they're raw, then no.
Monterey melt. Had one today.
Nick just gets a Whataburger.
I just get a Whataburger.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't get fancy?
Lettuce, ketchup, and onion only on it too.
No tomato.
No tomato.
Damn it, I want some Whataburger, but I gotta get up early tomorrow.
All right, next question from James S. Rank all of the Souls games from least to most difficult. To my opinion, each game was equally difficult in their own way. Do you agree?
The Souls games, which one's the most difficult?
Yeah, he said rank them.
Least to most?
Yeah.
I think Dark Souls 1 is the most difficult. Then I
It's
think
definitely harder than 2.
Yeah.
I think 2 is the next most difficult. I think Demon Souls is the easiest because I think it's the easiest to like grind and get some really
That's
cheap
true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
It's a good order.
we got to get you set up now that you're fixed.
Yeah, I need
We
to
got-
get
we got
now
him-
I
we
just
got
need
him
to get a
neutered.
We
PS3.
got
With Spade.
fixed.
shit.
Spade?
I'd say Demon Souls is the easiest.
Whichever. We got him
exploit.
spade and neutered just in case.
Yeah, we weren't sure.
Yeah. All right. Dave asks, "What is the most cruel thing you have ever done in a video game?"
It was cruel.
Cruel?
Yeah, and I was thinking about this earlier. That's a tough question.
I know what it is. In Little Big Planet, Gary Sinise somebody. It's super cruel.
I don't even know what that means.
I explain it every time. You know what it means.
Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to continue not knowing what it
Yep.
means. Because I don't know what it means, Brad.
So I
But
did
he
punch
does.
D-Horse in the face.
Dude.
I feel bad about some of the things I've done and
I don't do mean things in video games, guys.
There's some Until Dawn choices that are kind of rough.
So there's one thing I had thought about,
true.
and it's from The Walking Dead. What?
Shoot, have you ever shot Morden in Mass Effect 2 or is it 3? That is a really brutal scene. Because who would shoot Morden?
Blew up Megaton. Yeah, that's a good
Wait,
one.
like it kills him?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
can go
if you-
like renegade on
If you
that
go
whole
renegade
section.
on Morden,
Holy
it is brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, nobody would do that because
Yeah.
Morden is a delight.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I mean, it was sad enough. Like the Paragon option is sad
So
enough. but,
someone brings this up in chat. There were actually a lot of moments in Soma where you have to make
dude,
tough decisions.
fuck that. If you go dark side in Knights of the Old Republic, the shit they make you do at the end of the game is like heartbreaking.
Oh, with
You
Where
have to you have to
convince the
kill a
Wookiee
couple
to-
of the you have to kill a couple of your party members.
Don't okay. Let's
Like-
not.
Yeah, anyway.
Let's not spoil that.
It's fucked up. It's Knights of the Old
Has
Republic.
everyone here? I don't think anyone
was an
here has
Xbox
finished Walking Dead season 2. Have y'all?
No, and I don't think I ever will at
I
this
did.
point.
I know. I didn't say I said everyone has. There's a decision I made at the end that, while I still stand by it, was cruel.
Of which game?
Walking Dead season 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brad and I are the only ones that have finished it.
Oh, didn't I have to kill that dog?
All right, and final question from Gonzo Lude. Have you guys ever thought about using sound effects in the podcast to make it funnier?
I saw this.
Maybe add it as a patron stretch goal.
That would be fun. I want to.
That's a lot of work.
Like-
it feels like a
Fucking-
Skype show.
Like Mad
Yeah.
Money.
yeah.
like I bet there's a way we could do it. It may not be like the most like technically sound way to do it, like have it like direct feed into it, but these mics would pick up sounds if we had some way of actually like making the noise in the room or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would like to try that. In fact, I think we've talked about it at some point in the past.
Having like a soundboard.
This is like an Arnold
Although we would not be
Schwarzenegger
giving
Shut the up.
we would not be giving Chris Davis power.
Who
over this
told you you could eat
soundboard.
my cookies?
That is
All
a
right.
good idea, though.
And moving on, now it's time for Chatter of the Week.
Fuck yeah!
Everyone's favorite part of the show.
Everyone's favorite part of the show, where we pit two chatters against each other in an all-out brawl. The first chatter this week is Will. Build an Army 93 in chat.
Ah, he's in chat right now. I think.
From Manchester, England. What the fuck are you doing up, Will?
Manchester.
It's late.
He's dedicated. That's all.
Well, thank you for being here. Will's shameful secret.
Put the cookie down.
When I was younger, I was never allowed to play older rated games.
As in, like mature?
So when one of my friends got 50-cent Bulletproof for his birthday and invited me round to play it, I was incredibly excited.
Oh, yeah.
So excited, in fact, that I sat in his room on my own all day and played it to completion. Looking back, it was a shitty thing to do and an even shittier game.
That is pretty shitty.
His greatest gaming achievement: finishing Devil May Cry 3 on hard difficulty when I was 11. I realize this isn't the hardest difficulty, but I've since come to learn that DMC3 is considered a pretty hard game, and I imagine if I went back to play it now, I'd probably have a much harder time with it.
By the way, when I said I didn't find Devil May Cry 3 that hard, I also didn't play it on hard.
I mean, I'm sure you didn't, but it's still hard.
All right, and his top 5 games of all time. Number 5, Castlevania
Symphony of the Night.
Lords of Shadow.
Symphony of the Night.
Jesus. Aria of Sorrow.
Ah, we were all wrong.
Number 4,
That's a good one, too.
Devil May Cry.
3.
3.
Google Maps is the best. Yeah,
3. And number 3, Demon
Souls.
Demon's Crest.
Souls.
Demon Souls. Number 2, Shadow
Of the Colossus.
Shadow Hearts Covenant.
I'm going to go with Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Fuck yes.
And his number 1 game of all time is The Witcher
3.
Have to be
3.
There's
I
only
mean,
one correct answer to that, I would imagine.
I feel like it has to be 3.
3.
Because there's
Wait
no
a minute.
way.
What was that list again?
God damn it, Brad. Aria of Sorrow, Devil May Cry 3, Demon Souls, Shadow of the Colossus, Witcher 3.
That's a solid
I know, it's a kind of a Mike list.
Yeah.
Is this Mike?
No, it's not Mike. He says, been lurking for about 5 years now. Keep up the good work, and thanks for all of the laughs.
You're welcome, Build an Army.
I'm glad you get our American humor.
What are you doing up, though?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Isn't it like 4 a.m. your time? All right, next chatter is Kendra C. K. Corpier in chat. Corpier. From Youngstown, Ohio.
All right.
Kendra says her shameful secret: for 2 years, from 2011 to 2013, I never revealed that I was a girl on my website while creating video game blog stuff.
Good.
But I'm over that now.
Wait.
I guess it was because
Was she scared? Was she afraid to do it? Is that what she's
I
saying,
think she, in my opinion, from not knowing anything about Kendra, that a lot of times either girls get extra attention because they're a girl or looked down on because they're a girl.
Yeah.
In this fucked up society.
That does unfortunately happen a
and
lot.
so probably just hid the fact that she was a girl just so whatever. But
Does
yeah,
that way, just to say that she's over that mean that she eventually...
I believe she
Revealed?
revealed that she is a girl. I don't know if she posted pictures.
It just got weird.
All right, greatest gaming achievement. I won the local diversity award with my team at the last Global Game Jam in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
I also have my
Pittsburgh.
own indie studio.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I like Pittsburgh.
Smiley face at the end of that.
Ooh.
Top 5 games of all time. Number 5, The Legend of Zelda.
Link to the Past.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Fuck yeah, you win, Kendra.
Number 4, I kind of have to guess, Super Mario.
Wait, you have to guess?
64.
64.
64.
World.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it just said Mario World, so I assume Super
Okay,
Mario
yeah,
World.
that's probably Super
You
Mario World.
got the move.
Number 3, Ikaruga.
Gah.
Ikaruga.
Yep. Number 2, Capcom.
Capcom Collection?
Versus Marvel?
She's gonna
Capcom
she's
versus...
gonna pull a Brad and do the Capcom collection.
Capcom versus
Capcom
SNK?
always, no, Capcom always. Oh yeah, I guess. that was
Capcom
on-
versus SNK?
Yeah.
Capcom
Versus
versus
SNK2.
SNK.
SNK.
Yeah, SNK. And our number 1 game of all time is Pitfall
That is a really obscure
Adventures.
Oh my god!
Is there a game
the
called Pitfall
PS2 one?
Adventures?
I mean, it could maybe it's
Pitfall for the Atari.
Okay, I was gonna
list. What
say.
a... That's a
Interesting
diverse
choice.
list.
Might be her first game, maybe
Oh
ever.
wow, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's a hard
That's
game.
Wait,
crazy.
is it Capcom versus SNK or versus SNK2? Because versus
SNK.
SNK2 is
SNK.
like the one.
SNK.
Okay.
There's no 2 on this list.
Interesting.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Kendra because this.
And she says, "Hi, I love making and playing games. Don't assume I won't whoop your arse at Tekken because I'm a girl."
I assumed.
I'd beat her ass.
Once again, Build an Army versus K Corpier. Corpier.
Is that a lurker? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
recognize
not
the-
familiar with K Corpier,
Well,
so I would assume.
I think Build an Army had an awesome top 5, but I think I'm gonna go with Kendra. She had an unexpected top 5, and she put Ocarina of Time in there. And you know what? The whole the diversity thing and speaking out and being able to say that I'm a girl and play games. So that's great. So it's my vote.
I'm gonna go with Kendra, but she can't beat me at Tekken.
I challenge you to a duel in Tekken. If you win, you win Chatter of the Week.
Crispy.
We have to play Tekken Tag though.
I think. I mean, they're both good this week. I'm gonna go with Build an Army just because I feel like I am more familiar with the games on his list. I like his list a little better.
That is definitely
Ikaruga
true.
is a shoot 'em up where you flip your ship and if
it changes
you're
the
white,
color
you
of
get over
your
the white
bullets.
bullets. If you're
That's a pretty
black,
cool
you get
game.
over the
Oh,
black
I've heard of
bullets.
that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pretty cool game.
Yeah.
Treasure game.
Yeah,
Cool. Nolan, I think
that's
you're
a
the
tough choice for me. I mean, it kind of comes down to their top 5s. I would have preferred A Link to the Past, but Super Mario World is my first video game ever.
ever.
Yep. And that Pitfall, that threw me for a loop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how old
It is an
Kendra
interesting choice.
All right. You never ask a woman her age, Brad. You ignorant slut. All right. Congratulations, Kendra. You are this week's Chatter of the Week.
Sorry, Build an Army.
If
I
you
voted for you, Build an Army.
if
He's
you
in
would
a
like to be
revolt.
Chatter of the Week, all you have to do. Oh no, it's going to be another American Revolution. Or British Revolution
British
this time.
Revolution.
And
There
if you
we
would like
go.
to be Chatter of the Week, all you have to do is go to 4playernetwork.com, click on the Chatter of the Week button, submit your stuff, and then you're in. That's
and then
it.
you wait.
Yep, and then you wait patiently for that egg to grow.
What?
What?
That's creepy. All right, it's time to wrap up the show, guys. 4-player minute. Brad's going to start us off. We are going to do our hype, our sweat, our fuck you, and our thank you of the week. Brad, take it away.
My hype is for playing some games on my newly obtained Vita. I got a Vita now. I'm going to be playing some Vita games. Mostly some PS1 games on my Vita, but I'm excited.
It
My
is kind of a nice portable PS1 player.
It is. It is. My sweat is for Disgaea 5. I played a bunch of the demo, and I don't know. I was kind of into it at first. I kind of remember like, oh, Disgaea. I remember why I love this game. A lot of that stuff is still around. But then I got to a battle where I just got wiped, and I was like, I guess I have to grind a bunch to like be successful at this battle. And I kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be picking it up. But the thing is, I'm also, my other sweat is for Tales of Zestiria, which, they announced that the PC version and the PS4 version is locked at 30 frames a second, even though that game was originally designed as a PS3 game, and that seems super weird and fucked because mainline Tales games are always 60 frames a second, at least in battle. So it seems really... I was planning to play at least one of those big Japanese RPGs, and now maybe I'm not going to play either. I don't know what's happening. But my other hype, no fuck you or thank you. My other hype is for Yakuza 5. I never finished Yakuza 4. I feel like I was getting kind of tired of it because they make a lot of Yakuza games. But I'm excited about 5. It's been a while since I've finished 3 back in the day, and I'm kind of ready for Yakuza. I just kind of want to know, how about a fuck you Sega for not telling us when this fucking game is coming out, because I think it's coming out soon. You can pre-order it on the PlayStation Network. You can, but yeah,
I'll let you pre-order anything nowadays to get your money.
Well, I mean, it's a digital game, though. I mean, you could put money into the digital version of the game as discounted.
Yeah.
But when the fuck is it coming out? I don't know. I don't fucking know. That's all.
That it?
Yeah.
All right, my 4-player minute starts now. My hype. It's for The Martian.
Oh yeah.
It comes out on Friday. I am super fucking excited for this movie. I cannot.
Getting good reviews.
Because it's gonna be a great fucking movie.
I hope so.
It's a great book. I was super sad when it ended just because it was over, and I wanted it to not be over.
Malia hates Matt Damon and space.
What?
So I might have a hard time convincing her to.
How
She hates
often
Matt
has she
Damon
seen
in
Matt
space?
Damon in space? I can only think of one movie.
Wait,
No, she hates Matt Damon in space.
Oh, that's even worse.
Okay.
That's even worse.
She should still watch it.
Anybody watch Matt Damon's latest Jimmy Kimmel thing? It was pretty
No,
good.
I have not.
It's pretty good.
All right, my hype goes to Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. Now that it is download, play compatible, play whatever, and at least 3 of us are going to be playing it. I'm actually excited for this game now.
I call Green Link.
I call red.
Blue?
There you go.
I call the non-existent Link because it's only 3 players.
Sorry.
And then
You wouldn't be able to come over early enough.
I get here before Crispy,
No,
bro.
Crispy's gonna show up early.
Do you know how long? Wait, do you know how long it takes me to get here from work now?
and my hype is for the Uncharted collection. I'm excited for that. Probably finally going to get back into my Uncharted Let's Play. I've been jonesing for it, but there's too many fucking games to play. But now that there's actually a demo out for it now, you can play a little bit of Uncharted 2 with 60 frames a second, 1080p. I haven't played it yet because it came out today and I've been at work all day, but I've heard it looks great. I'm excited. And then my fuck you goes to I don't know who.
That would be.
I
Konami.
don't want to say Kojima, but it might be. I don't know who decided to
do that thing that you
do
hated.
the thing they did.
By the way, no one told me during the break, and it does seem really fucking stupid that's a thing.
Incredibly obtuse.
So whoever decided to do that, you can go fuck yourself
All right.
over and over and over again.
Weird. All right. So my thank you this week goes to Chris Davis for helping me fix my PC. And when I say helping, I mean basically doing most of it for me. Thanks, Chris. You're a bro. My sweat this week is for Armacrog.
What?
Which is coming out tomorrow.
Armor Frog.
Armacrog.
Oh, Armacrog.
This is the new claymation point and click adventure from the guy who created Earthworm Jim and the Neverhood. This game stars Michael J. Nelson from Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, it looks really cool, and I really want to play it. There's some reasons I was hesitant to support this game on Kickstarter, but I kind of like I've decided what I'm gonna do, and I would like to play this game, and I hope that it's fun and worth this kind of this mental anguish I've been going through, and that it kind of captures what I loved so much about the Neverhood back in the day. So yeah, I'll probably I don't know. I've got other stuff I need to play on the feed first. But maybe
You need to finish Until Dawn, bro.
Yeah, I need to finish Until Dawn. So maybe if I can get that out of the way, maybe I'll move on to Armacrog after that. My hype this week actually is for Soma.
You should absolutely.
You convinced me. I really want to play Soma
You should
now.
absolutely play that on the feed.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing it
You know
on the
what? That might be a game I have to play on the feed because I don't think I could play it just completely alone. Yeah, so I really want to try
You're
Soma.
not alone, Crispy. You have chat.
And my other hype is for No Man's Sky. Nick?
You motherfucker.
I thought you'd forgotten. Fuck. My fuck you of the week is gonna go. I mean, that's not really a fuck you, but I mean, okay, it's not really a fuck you, Brad. It
What?
really isn't. But
What?
who hates Matt Damon and space?
Well, I mean, fuck you to Malia then. I like Matt Damon and space. Although I have not seen Interstellar yet.
Things.
That's funny you say that.
Why is that funny?
My hype goes to Halo 5. That comes out in October. I forgot Halo 5 comes out in October.
So did the rest of the world.
That's hype? Wait, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really that's the big, for me, that is probably, I mean, I'm kind of also excited for Fatal Frame, but I'm also kind of wanting to give another fuck you to Nintendo for the way they're choosing to release that in the States. But I am excited to play it.
It was a demo.
It's fucking dumb. My sweat goes to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, because for obvious reasons.
I don't like people throwing around just the word Syndicate in reference to that game.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Syndicate is a series that exists. That it was even brought back as just Syndicate.
Did I just say Syndicate?
No, but I'm noticing it a lot. I'm like, you guys see Syndicate? Oh, Syndicate's gonna be like. Sorry.
Yeah. What did I miss? I said I'm sweat.
I think that's it.
My thank you of the week.
Yeah. What's your thank you? Does it also go to Brad?
Should go to me for the awesome fun time party.
Thank you, Nolan.
Yeah, thank you, Nolan.
And Bernadette for throwing an awesome fun time
Did you
party.
open your gift?
I did. Thank
Did
you.
Any good stuff
I mean,
from people?
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
You didn't get any like lame dishes or whatever, did
No,
you? Like oh, it's a dish. We
Those
can
come
put
later.
stuff-
Yeah. We got like a couple board games.
That's the main reason I didn't go to Dragon's Lair, because I figured you'd get board games from people.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of board games.
So yeah, my thank you goes to Nolan and Bernadette.
My fuck you goes to the makers of Battle of the Sexes. That board game, that game
Oh, that's
is
like,
fucking horseshit. It is the most sexist fucking game in the world. Like,
It's called Battle of the Sexes.
No, the concept is the girls ask the guys like questions like, "Oh, where does mascara go on a girl's face?" Or, what is is a princess cut diamond, and blah blah blah. And the guys' questions are like, "What color is the field goal in football?"
Wow.
Like, it's the guy questions aren't guy questions, they're like life questions. They have stuff about like sports. There are plenty of fucking women who like sports.
There are also plenty of men who wouldn't know the answer to that second question, like myself.
Really? You don't know what color a field goal is in football?
What?
purple?
I don't fucking know. I don't watch football.
Trick question. There is no field goal in football, right?
Like how Chris Davis is the only one that knew.
That was awesome.
Anyway,
Oh, man.
the guy questions are general life questions. They ask stuff about like cars, but not like how to fix a car, like really general car questions.
What is a car?
No, it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. They ask questions about like football or like sports, and it's like super. I'm like,
You know what? We should absolutely play this game.
it's
For board game
ridiculous.
night. Absolutely.
And like there was times where it's like the girls would be asking a girl question and they're like, I don't even know the answer to this, but it's so fucking dumb. Like it was infuriating how sexist the game was.
We should definitely be drinking that and playing on the feed. Anyways,
Let's do it.
that's our show this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening.